Petco, and as soon as I say that, the train comes through. So I gotta tag some stuff. We're still getting a few things priced, but we're gonna go ahead and start sharing. If you can start sharing, we'll start sharing. I need to grab this. This is most of the stuff in this crate here. People are gonna be wanting to buy, and I don't have it priced, but I do know what to price it for. Let me set them right over here. Lots of great new records tonight. I've posted more flip previews and hot pictures than a long time for a sale, so let's start getting this shared. I also need to make actually a post about this record sale for the dollar record sale. I need to go ahead and get that rolling too. So let's see here. Let's get this shared though. There's our, where are we at here? Okay, there we are. Should have quite a few people watching that as we bring out some pretty good looking stuff. Getting this shared in all the groups. And I need to start copying links and let everybody know where we're at and what we're doing. Right, Doug?
Yes.
Doug said yes. All right. There's that. What else did I share? Let me just go over here to the group. We got putbacks. We got new arrivals. Man, a lot of stuff tonight. All right. Let's see. Smashing Pumpkins. Yes, here's one of the first big announcements. I got a restock of Smashing Pumpkins on the way, so make sure you go to that post and reserve one. It's the cheapest I've ever offered them. There's that link. All right, now let's go over to Collectco and start sharing some links. Let's see. Doug's helping. Doug's here, Addison's here, Tanner's here, Seth's here. We got a lot of expense right now, a lot of people here. We better start selling some records. All right. Let me get all these tagged. All right. Seth's already leaving. See you, Seth.
See you.
Seth is gone. Good riddance. All right. Let's go here to story. Got some great stuff tonight. I'm almost done sharing. Okay. Live now. Okay. All right, we got everything shared. Let me open my chat and I can officially start seeing questions for the first time tonight. And the first questions I can see one on my monitor, but let me go ahead and load the chat. It's Neil's about Marilyn Manson. Yeah, I've seen all that. You're not the first person to ask me that, and you're not the first person to tag me and post. Here's what I understand with Marilyn Manson. That album is going to be repressed, but it's kind of like how they did Audio Slave Out of Exile. It's going to be a UK import only. And so like our price is going to be about $70. I think I'm going to post a pre-order. It's going to be $69.99. Of course, that album is pretty much, it's a very expensive album, I think, as an OG. And there hadn't been an official repress in a long time. So a lot of people will be very happy to pay $70 for that album. Some people would rather have a concrete block dropped on their foot. But if you are interested in that Marilyn Manson, I'm definitely going to post a pre-order. It's going to be about $70 because it is a UK import, but they're finally doing official repress. But it's kind of like they did Audio Slave Out of Exile. It's kind of like a UK only. So it's like it's got to be imported, kind of like this album. This is a 2 LP for $59.99. We have sold a bunch of them. We still got them if anybody needs one. This is Audio Slave Out of Exile, $59.99. And that's a 2 LP. And it's an import only. So, a 2 LP, this should be more so a $35, $45 album, but because it's a UK import, that's why it's getting closer to $60. The Marilyn Manson's going to be closer to $70, I believe. So that is, it's mechanical animals. But I'll be posting that because I know we can definitely sell some. There's a lot of bootlegs out there, and even those aren't really cheap. So this is actually an official press. It's being done through Universal UK, which is the universal label for the United Kingdom. So Marilyn Manson, I'll be posting that. Some people said they'll take Marilyn Manson. Some people said they'll take the concrete block on the foot. Whenever I post that pre-order, it'll be one of the most controversial ones I post. But I know a lot of people's interested in it. So, okay, I'm going to start with our warm-up crate. We have so many records to go through tonight. We've got new arrivals, new Japanese auctions. I've got the flip video stuff to auction on top of the Japanese stuff to auction, along with new vinyl and everything else. Doug's heading out. Thank you, Doug. Doug, I'll message you later tonight. Finish that deal. I had forgot about you. I left all my stuff here last night, so, yep. We have new vinyl to show right now. Let's go ahead and do a warm-up crate. Okay, this is $44.99. Andrew, hold that claim for AC/DC for 1 second. The single soundtrack, $44.99. The single soundtrack is $44.99. Queensryche Condition Human, $33.99 for Queensryche Condition Human. Toy Story. This is Toy Story Favorites. It's a picture disc with Buzz and Woody. It's $26.99. I also have a UK import of that on colored vinyl, and that is very nice. And it's been a good seller for us, actually. Pearl Jam is $28.99. Terrell Boatnight wants the Toy Story picture disc. That's sold to Terrell Boatnight. Also have Old Crow Medicine Show live at Third Man Records. That's $33.99. Lil Wayne, The Carter 3, $54.99 for Lil Wayne. Alan Case first on Pearl Jam Riot Act. I have the Mono Big Hits High Tide and Green Grass by the Rolling Stones with the 8-page color booklet, $42.99. Now Millennium. This is a red vinyl 2 LP. It's a compilation of hits from 2000 to 2001, such as Oops, I Did It Again. That is 2 LP red vinyl. I've got 2 of those left. Andrew Teets wants Old Crow Medicine Show. And Leonard Skinner, God and Guns from Music on Vinyl. Limited a number to 1,500 on silver vinyl. That is $38.99. And Warrant, Dog Eat Dog, $44.99. That is limited and numbered for Music on Vinyl. If you're into some Warrant, we've got plenty. And then there's AC/DC. I think Andrew wants one of these. We'll wait for his official comment. But Ball Breaker is back in stock from AC/DC. That is very tough to get because it originally came out in 1995. And if you remember, if you were alive and can remember 1995, I can. I was about 0 years old. If you went to your local record shop, especially like a Sam Goody, you wouldn't see a lot of vinyl on the shelves. There was almost no vinyl on the shelves in 1995. Very little. There was some, but there was very little vinyl. So that's why the stuff from the 90s is super in demand. If something was limited back in the day and people wasn't collecting it, who was collecting vinyl in 1995? I'm talking about new stuff. Not many people. That's sold to Andrew Teets, AC/DC Ball Breaker. There was a lot, but most people went to the store in 1995 when that album came out, and I bet they bought the CD just like John Smetzer did. Yep, just like John Smetzer did. We've got new stuff. I'm going to go ahead and start some auctions right away, but I'm going to go into some new vinyl. Tanner, this stuff that Seth just priced, I made stars next to the waiting list right here, wherever that is. Also, where's my drink? Let me get everything, my battle station. Wow, I already drunk that much of it. Where's that sheet you just had? It's under the... Seth is trying to complete a sentence. It's under the Grateful Dead crate. Yeah, so I've put stars next to the ones we need to look up. Everything else should be good to go. Okay. Thank you, Seth, for pricing this vinyl. We're very appreciative. We're extremely appreciative. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty positive we do, yeah. Let me go ahead and print the wait list I have made.
Just that crate?
Yeah, it's 2 crates. But one is just pretty much Metallica and Led Zeppelin box sets. So All right, from page 1 to 1 here. All righty, here we go. We got putbacks. We're going to start with a crate of new arrivals, though, and I'm probably going to go ahead and get a few of these auctions rolling. Okay. We'll probably have some new people on tonight, so Thursday's usually really busy, so if you're new, just kind of buckle in for the first few minutes. You'll see how things go. You'll learn very quickly, and I'll give first-time buyer instructions if I see anybody new buy. I'm going to go ahead and start with a couple of these first couple auctions. I'm probably going to start in this flip crate and just work my way back. We also got really nice Japanese stuff. Definitely will auction the stuff that was on the hot video and on the hot pictures. So first we've got REM Green, original inner sleeve. We've got it in a polyline bag. It's a very nice copy, REM Green. It is near mint and pristine. And this is a $35 start for REM Green. The vinyl is near mint, very nice copy. It's in this textured cover, and it is a club copy, as you can see down here, manufactured BMG Direct Marketing. It has the original inner sleeve. It is near mint. REM Green is a $35 start. Then we have Dockin Back for the Attack. It's going to be our second auction of the night. Dockin Back for the Attack also has the original inner sleeve. Very nice copy. The vinyl is near mint minus. There's the original inner sleeve. Very nice cover as well. That's a $35 start. So we'll get started with those first two auctions, $35 starts. They're going to be up for bid. You comment in the comments your bid. You can put REM, then 35, and we'll go from there. Paul Rodgers' new album. Yes, there's a Paul Rodgers. There's a Richard Wright Pink Floyd album somebody tagged me in today. There are so many pre-orders. I don't even know. I think what I'm going to do is probably Saturdays and Sunday, probably not post anything in the group except pre-orders, and then like make a post and be like, we've got 30 new pre-orders live in the group. There's so much new stuff coming out that's fantastic. So, okay, first record of the new stuff. First record of the new stuff is Mindless Self-Indulgence, If. We've got 4 copies left after the pre-order. This is limited and numbered to 2,500 on purple and red colored vinyl. Mindless Self-Indulgence. This is a new release for tomorrow. Actually comes out tomorrow, reissue of that. And the waiting list and the pre-order was Mike Massey, David Schroeder, Richard Blanton, Matthew Christ, Jeff Dedman, and James Bragg. Mindless Self-Indulgence, 2 LP for Music on Vinyl. Limited and numbered, $44.99. Also got a restock of Cinderella Long Cold Winter from Music on Vinyl, $38.99. Cinderella Long Cold Winter, $38.99 for Cinderella. And for the third time, a restock of all 3 Japanese pressings of the Star Wars soundtrack. So this has actually been a really good seller. There was somebody, I guess last Thursday when Paul hosted the show, somebody bought 1 soundtrack, and then Ed Adamowicz wanted all 3. So Ed, if you're watching, Ed Adamowicz, your Empire Strikes Back is in, and so is your copy of New Hope. So those are in, and if anybody wants all 3, they're available. New Hope is $59.99, Empire Strikes Back is $59.99, and Return of the Jedi. The reason Return of the Jedi is only $44.99, it's a single LP. These 2 are 2 LPs, and these are new. Now this is one I can actually say these are new Japanese pressings. Even though they look just as mint and pristine as some of the other stuff we're going to be selling tonight. These are mint and pristine, brand new Japanese pressings of the Star Wars original trilogy soundtracks. Got a restock of Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army, $38.99 for Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army, also for Music on Vinyl. And a new release from Music on Vinyl, which is X, More Fun in the New World. That is limited to 1,500 on blue vinyl. This is number 247. They're all numbered, and this is $38.99. X, More Fun in the New World. There was a pre-order for that. X was Walt Cruz. Walt got 2 of them, Mike Massey and Jeff Malwitz. And that is $38.99. X, More Fun in the New World. Also have Steely Dan, Everything Must Go. It's a 2 LP. Analog Productions, 100% analog, 45 RPM. That is $69.99. And The Cure, 17 Seconds. There's several Cure albums we haven't had in a while. This one's 17 Seconds, Music on Vinyl, $38.99. All right, let me update everybody on our auctions. Make sure I didn't miss any claims. Dennis Nelson, was the first to bid on REM. We have REM Green. It is near mint, original inner sleeve. Very, very nice copy. And we have Dokken back for the attack, also near mint minus, very nice copy. Those are up for auction. We had 35 on REM, 35 on Dokken, 38 on Dokken, 36 on REM, 39 on Dokken, 40 on REM, 41 on REM, 40 on Dokken, and 42 on REM. And the first claim out of here is John Howard on Suicidal Tendencies. John Howard on Suicidal Tendencies. That is sold to John Howard. Star Wars Obi, Andrew Teets. Now, do you want all three of them, or are you claiming a certain one? So I've got 3 different ones in there, Andrew. Just let me know which one you want. REM is at REM is at 42 with Dennis Nelson. Just to clear up all that confusion, high bid on this $42 of Dennis Nelson, and Dokken is at 40 with John Miller. So 40 and 42 are the high bids on that. Cinderella Night Songs, $38.99 for Cinderella. We have Ministry, The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. That's $44.99. And Wolf Mother is $54.99. Wolf Mother's a 2 LP, music on vinyl pressing, $54.99. Andrew wants New Hope, the first one. This is sold to Andrew. New Japanese pressing, $59.99. All right, I'm going to do a final call on our first 2 auctions. REM is at $42 and Dokken's at $40. So 40 and 42. Final call on those 2. And our first crate of new vinyl is as follows. The new Mindless Self-Indulgence, If. This is limited to 2,500 on purple and red vinyl, $44.99. Cinderella Long Cold Winter, $38.99. Got 2 of the Star Wars soundtracks left. New Japanese imports. X, More Fun in the New World. Limited numbered colored vinyl, $38.99. Steely Dan, Everything Must Go. The Cure, 17 Seconds is $38.99. Another Cinderella, Night Songs, Ministry, and Wolf Mother. It looks like REM's getting some new bids, but as soon as I put up the first crate of new vintage stuff, I am selling the Dokken. And yes, George Ellis, you were on the waiting list for Ministry. Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. You were. I've already got yours pulled. You have already been pulled. Yes. Thank you. Let's see. Anything else that was in that bin? I read Ministry for George Ellis, X, Star Wars, and Mindless Self-Indulgence. That's all. That's from one of our main distributors who helps us carry a lot of the music on vinyl. So if you pre-order a lot of music on vinyl stuff anywhere else, there's a chance you might not get it due to allocations and just, I know a lot of people's pre-ordered music on vinyl stuff before on Amazon and never got it. And music on vinyl is one of the few times that I can say we get stuff for music on vinyl and we actually get our full allocations, because I think they ship to our distributors and they ship to people, they ship to us first before maybe other stores. Like, you don't go in a lot of Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, Best Buys, or Targets and see music on vinyl titles. So that's one of our best labels we carry. Okay. All right. We have Dokken is going to be sold for John Miller for $40. Dokken back for the attack. That's sold to John Miller for $40. That's where I was at on that one. And then REM, we're still bidding on that. We was at 43, 45, and 46. And we got a couple of people out. Collins out, and Dennis is out. So it looks like it's between Anderson Williams has it. Anderson Williams has REM for $46. That is our second auction, and that is at $46. All right. Let's see here. Can I retract my bid and let Chris have it for $39? If we do that, I may need to just put it back up and do a going once, going twice again. So let me know if you are retracting that. So let me know. I need to at least do a final call on it again then. Okay, so first crate is new vintage check conditions. This is the band Stage Fright. This is a VG copy, $14.99. The band Stage Fright is a VG copy for $14.99. And Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is the Peter Frampton, Bee Gees, Aerosmith, Alice Cooper one. VG Plus, $14.99. So first bin here is new check condition. I'm going to be telling you the title. I'm going to be telling you the price. It's first come, first serve. So Tanner, I actually need that auction back. We've had a change on bids. And REM is a final call. Let me do a final call. Anderson Williams, you have REM Green for $46. That's a final call. Let's bring Dockin up one more time. So Chris DeMoss has this for $39. Chris has this for $39. Final call. Final call. Okay. REM is near mint. It's a club copy. It's an OG club copy. And Bob needs to put back T-Rex, and he wants a Wolf Mother. AC/DC, Back in Black, VG Plus, $24.99. I think Wolf T-Rex was something from the other night. AC/DC, Back in Black is VG Plus, $24.99. Deep Purple is VG Plus, $19.99. This is Deep Purple's self-titled album. VG Plus, $19.99. The Rolling Stones, It's Only Rock and Roll. That's a VG copy, $14.99. So a couple questions out of the last bins and requests and questions. So Bob, let's give him a Wolf Mother. I think he claimed a T-Rex album the other night. He wants to put that back. There's that. And somebody asked, what's the Ministry album? The Ministry album was The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. It is $44.99. Jared Benoit if you want it. The Rolling Stones is sold to Rosie Taylor. That's sold to Rosie. Billy Joel, the Piano Man, EX condition, $17.99 on Billy Joel, the Piano Man. The Beastie Boys is VG Plus, $79.99. 1986 for the Beastie Boys, and this is a 1986 US OG Beastie Boys. VG Plus, $79.99. What's that randomly doing in a crate? We have Alan Parsons Project Eve, the Alan Parsons Project, VG Plus, $14.99. And Joni Mitchell Court and Spark is a VG copy, $9.99. Sammy Hagar, 3-lock box. VG Plus condition, $16.99 on Sammy Hagar, 3-lock box. And Led Zeppelin Presence is VG $22.99. VG $22.99. Jared Benoit is the next comment. He says, I'll take it. And that was for Ministry. The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. That is sold to Jared Benoit. Mitch T says, can someone let me know which albums I got last night? We can do that if we have them all keyed in, but I don't think we have everything keyed in. So it may be by the end of tonight or tomorrow before we can let you know. So we tag everything, and then we sometimes have it all keyed in, and we can let you know what you've bought, but sometimes we might not have that ready till Saturday night before everything's keyed in, like after the week's done. Sometimes Ed's here on Sunday still keying stuff in. Anderson Williams is first on the Beastie Boys. That is sold to Anderson Williams. Craig Ruth is first on Sammy Hagar, and Ryan Bannon was second. Now, I should have ended all these auctions already, but we had this one put back, so no one else bid, but I can go ahead and officially end this. This is sold to Christy Moss, I think, for a great price based on the condition. He gets that for $39. Now, we've had 3 new questions on REM since I've done the final call. So I'm going to remind everybody one more time. Anderson Williams has the high bid on REM at $46. That is the high bid. And R.M. Lozelle, you and somebody else asked about it. If y'all don't bid or if you say out, then I'm going to go ahead and sell it to Anderson for $46. But that's where we're at on that. Okay, so Anderson got the Beastie Boys. Craig Ruth got Sammy Hagar. Ryan and Bannon was second. And we have a $50 bid on REM. Next is Jefferson Starship Gold. It also has the bonus 45 with it. EX condition, $19.99. AC/DC was not a 180 gram. No, this is a, let's see, VG Plus $24.99. Master Disc, RL and the Dead Wax. That is a OG on AC/DC. Led Zeppelin is sold to Andrew Teets. The Greatest Hits of Gary U.S. Bonds. VG Plus $19.99. The top seam is split. VG Plus $19.99. Queen News of the World is a VG copy for $14.99. So we have a new bid on REM, and that means Anderson Williams, you're out. So if you're done bidding, please let me know. R.M. Lozelle is the new high bidder at $50. And that's going once, going twice. So I have a whole crate over here that I did a flip video of. And then I have all of our Japanese stuff as well. And I'm going to be mixing in Japanese auctions in with everything else. But I'm going to probably pull a few more things from this crate first. I've got a Def Leppard coming up next, which is Def Leppard On Through the Night. Pretty much everything in that flip video we're going to auction, and everything else, especially from that Japanese bin, is definitely going to be auctioned. And then we have a lot of buy it nows. We got five crates of vintage arrivals, not counting this one. And Def Leppard On Through the Night. Def Leppard On Through the Night is about a VG Plus to EX copy. This is not a near mint copy, but it is about VG Plus to EX. Def Leppard On Through the Night. That is going to be a $20 start. So we'll call that VG Plus to EX, and that is a $20 start on Def Leppard On Through the Night. Next new claim is David Eberly. He gets Queen News of the World. Alan Jonathan was second. Andrew Teets was third. We have Thomas in on REM at 55, Anderson 51. So 51, 55. 3 bidders now on REM. REM is now at 57. Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday. VG Plus $14.99, The Magician's Birthday. David Bowie, Let's Dance. That's a VG copy for $14.99. Heart, Dog and Butterfly, also VG, $9.99. The Who, Who's Next? VG, $9.99 for The Who's Next? Rockabilly Classics, Volume 2. VG Plus, $14.99. Rockabilly Classics, Volume 2. REM, 57, now 65. John Smetzer said he'll take AC/DC. Jim Hickson first on Uriah Heep. The Magician's Birthday. Michael Thrower on WN, which is Who's Next? Good pick up there. Next is the Beatles at Hollywood Bowl. VG Plus $24.99. Josie Wells wants the Rockabilly Classics. The Police, Synchronicity. This is black vinyl. VG Plus $17.99. The Police, Synchronicity. There's the cover. One of 38 different covers. VG Plus $17.99. REM. Thomas is at 65 on REM. Arm Lazelle's out. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. EX Vinyl. It's about a VG minus cover. Lou Reed is $24.99. And Golden Earring Live is EX $24.99. Frances Drennan says she'll take the Police. That's so to Frances Drennan. And the Rolling Stones, Out of Our Heads. VG Plus $24.99. This one looks quite odd. Let's take a look at it. The Rolling Stones. Can't get the inner sleeve out. This is a German pressing. VG Plus $24.99. I'm going to leave it behind the jacket. Has some tape on the spine. Out of Our Heads. That's a VG Plus $24.99 on the Rolling Stones. Frances Drennan got the Police. Price on David Bowie. David Bowie, Let's Dance, was a VG copy for $14.99. Rosie Taylor wants Heart. That was Dog and Butterfly. That's sold to Rosie. Update on our auctions. Final call. Thomas Hujar's at 65 on REM. It's near mint. Original inner sleeve. And no bid yet on Def Leppard On Through the Night. The vinyl was VG Plus to EX. About a VG Plus cover. $20 start. No bid. Just want to make sure everybody's awake. Def Leppard's a $20 start. Led Zeppelin is a 71 OG Richmond press. EX condition, $59.99. It has Porky in the dead wax and PR. And ST-A712285-EEE-1. That is EX condition, $59.99. Def Leppard 20, Def Leppard 20, Def Leppard 20. Albert Collins, Ice Pickin' on Alligator Records. VG Plus $16.99. Albert Collins. Still no King Vamp yet. No. Eddie Money is VG Plus $9.99. Okay, so last claim was Rosie on Heart. No new bid, so Thomas Hujar gets REM for $65. Def Leppard 20, 20, 20, 22, 22, 25, 27, 21. That's what I thought. All right, so that was a great warm-up of vintage stuff we've never been through. All new arrivals. I'm going to go ahead and pull something from the Japanese bin that was on the hot post. We've already got one Def Leppard up, but let's go ahead and do this Janis Joplin Pack 20, which is a Janis Joplin compilation. We may have had something pretty similar to this the other night. This is Janis Joplin. We've graded this VG Plus for Japanese quality. It's very clean. It has a stray mark there. No feelers. It does have a couple scuffs. There's one there, and then there's one over here. So this isn't the normal near mint and pristine Japanese pressing, but I promise you it is very nice. And that is a $35 start. There's the original gold disc inner sleeve. Here's the Japanese insert and a great track listing. Move Over, Mercedes-Benz, Cosmic Blues, Ball and Chain, Piece of My Heart, Down on Me, Bye Bye Baby, B and Bobby McGee, Summertime. That's a $35 start. So The playback on this is going to be great. It's not pristine, but it's very nice. Most people would look at this and be like, that's mint. Japanese. It's got a couple scuffs. We're going to probably call it VG+. All right, so Def Leppard. Nick Bargeron has Def Leppard for 27. That's going once, going twice. Trey and Kyle and everybody else who was bidding, please let me know if you're in or out. Shane Devers is getting the Eddie money. That's so does Shane Devers. We have a request for Star Wars, a request for Kiss, and Crafty says he'll grab the golden earring if it's still available. Crafty, I know you've been watching. I don't know if you've made a purchase or not with us before. If you're a first-time buyer, we're going to share a link to give you some first-time buyer instructions, unless you have a Facebook. And if you do, you can send us a message. If not, we'll send you a link to our website. But that is sold to you. AC condition. Let me figure out what that was. Janice 35, Janice 35, Janice 35, Janice 40, and Janice Joplin 40, Janice Joplin 41, Janice Joplin 45. Okay, so here's the last call for this first crate of new vintage check condition. The band is VG $14.99 for Stage Fright. Sgt. Pepper's is VG Plus $14.99. Deep Purple is VG Plus $19.99. Billy Joel, the Piano Man, EX condition, $17.99. Alan Parsons Project Eve, VG Plus $14.99. Here's a classic, Joni Mitchell's Court and Spark, VG, and it looks like the cover is about VG as well, $9.99. Jefferson Starship Gold, Vinyls EX, it does include the bonus 45, $19.99. The Greatest Hits of Gary U.S. Bonds, VG Plus $19.99. David Bowie Let's Dance is VG $14.99. The Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl, VG Plus $24.99. Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, EX $24.99. The Rolling Stones, a German pressing of Out of Our Heads, VG Plus $24.99. Led Zeppelin was EX $59.99. And Albert Collins Ice Picking is VG Plus $16.99 and a VG Plus cover. Final call on Janis Joplin for 45. I'm about to sell that. And now a final call on Def Leppard for 27. VG Plus EX US copy, $27. Janis is VG Plus EX Japanese, $45 with Michael Nath. Final call on both of those. Can you show the Sgt. Pepper's again? This is Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees, Sgt. Pepper's. VG Plus $14.99, about a VG or VG Plus cover. Neil Brashear wants the Albert Collins. That's only if Fred Carnell doesn't want it. If Fred Carnell wants that, it's his. If not, it is sold to Neil Brashear. Kyle Gregory's back in on Janis Joplin at 46. Transformer details. Transformer is EX condition, $24.99. Orange label. The cover is VG or VG minus. VG or VG minus cover. Vinyl is EX. Original label, $24.99. Looks like Def Leppard's done. I'll pull that in just a second, and they're still bidding on Janis Joplin. We have a lot of new vinyl to go through, but I also have a ton of vintage. But let's go ahead and do the new vinyl. We always knock all those out first and then focus the rest of the night on new stuff. So Tanner's got us another full crate here. Are these all pre-pulls? These are all pulls, aren't they? Okay, Tanner's already got them over here. 3 crates. Wow, so we're going to have 4 crates of new vinyl tonight, 6 crates of new vintage stuff, plus all of the auctions. Some of these have seam splits, which is highly unfortunate. Man, these new vinyl manufacturers got to do something about these seam splits. It's got to cost them thousands, and it costs us a lot of hassle to send it back. So, all right, Nick Bargeron gets the Def Leppard for $27. Let's set that aside because we need to put it in a new sleeve, a new inner sleeve. That is sold to Nick for $27. Okay, we have Janis Joplin at 48. Fred passed on this, so that's sold to Neil Brashear. And we have new vinyl. We have Forbidden Evil, and there was a waiting list for this. Forbidden Evil is black vinyl. It says limited edition black vinyl. Forbidden is $29.99. The waiting list for Forbidden was Brandon Jackson. Forbidden is $29.99. Dr. Dre 2001 2LP, $36.99 for Dr. Dre 2001. Death Angel Act 3. Music on vinyl, that's $36.99. And Snot, Get Some Snot, $36.99 for Snot. Okay, next auctions. Let's go through this crate. I'm actually pulling stuff from the very front. We might just work our way all the way through this crate till we get to the back. Let's go ahead and do the Living Color. Man, this album always bring some hype. Living Color Vivid, well overdue for a reissue. This is, last time I looked at it, it was near mint. Yeah, very nice copy. Living Color Vivid, it has the original inner sleeve. This is going to be a $45 start for Living Color Vivid. $45 start, very nice cover. It has a ding down here in the corner. You can see this crease here, a ding down here, and a ding up there. So a couple ding corners, but overall, a nice copy. This cover where it's black and glossy shows a lot of wear, but there's usually people lined up to buy this. It is now up for auction. Let's do a final call on the Janis Joplin. Where are we at? Did Kyle Gregory say out? We was at $48. Kyle Gregory, let me know if you're in or out on Janis Joplin, because Michael Nath has that for $48, and that's a final call. Let's see here. John Mincemoyer, Death Angel, Act 3. I think that's a claim for John Mincemoyer, Death Angel. That's sold to him. Living Color, 45, 45, 45, 55, 50, 60. Andrew Teets wants a copy of Snot. Kyle Gregory's out on Janis Joplin, so let's go ahead and sell that. Janis Joplin is going to be sold to Michael Nath for $48. $48. Living Color is going to be over here in slot 1. Let me go ahead and pull our next auction out of the Japanese bin, which is going to be the Star Wars. I think there's a couple people waiting on this. No Obi, but it's really cool. From the original soundtrack, The Story of Star Wars, Japanese version. This is EX by our standards, which is a $35, it's a $35 start, but very clean. Has one scuff right there, and it has another like just hairline there. Can't call that one perfect, but it's very, very nice. Looks like we've already caught a couple bids. Very nice copy. Never seen this before. Never had this particular version. It has the booklet here in the centerfold and the gatefold. Very cool. All you Star Wars fanatics, that's some cool stuff there. That is now up for bid. Okay. So 2 great auctions there. Let's go ahead and go back to the new vinyl bin. We sold Death Act. If I sell out of anything, you can go ahead and claim it, and we'll put you on a waiting list, okay? Let's see here. Living Color, 65, 70. So 70 on Living Color. Star Wars, 35, 40, 78, 45, 80. I'll let that simmer down before I start going over those. Okay, somebody asked for this. Soul Coughing. The Best of Soul Coughing, $26.99. Black Friday Record Store Day exclusive yellow vinyl. Lust and Phase, The Best of Soul Coughing, $26.99. I got 2 of them. Also got a restock of Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2. Use Your Illusion 2 is $49.99. That's a 2LP remaster, and there was a waiting list for that. James Bragg and Todd Tipton, I've got one pulled for you. James Bragg and Todd Tipton, Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2. Art Blakey, we had one of these the other night. We sold out. And we had a waiting list. This is Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Moanin' on limited edition orange vinyl, $29.99. Art Blakey, Sherry Darnell and Josie Wells. Sherry Darnell and Josie Wells on Art Blakey. That was a waiting list. I've got one extra. Saxon Denim and Leather is $31.99. That's limited edition 40th anniversary. Well, who's eating popcorn? What's going on over here? The whole room is filled. I'm kind of getting nervous. I'm over here pacing the floors. Wow, feel like I'm at the Roxy. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. We're talking about Star Wars, popcorn's popping. It's a theatrical experience here tonight. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll, $26.99. Was there a waiting list for this? There was not. I got 2 more copies in. FYI, they have light seam crackles at the top. For the longest, these were not in stock, and now they finally are. All of her, or most of her catalog. There's another album of hers coming out as a pre-order. I've got to post on that. Okay, very busy in the comment feed. We have Star Wars at 50, Living Color 82, Star Wars at 50, Star Wars at 51, Living Color at 100. Kyle Gregory wants Art Blakey. That's sold to Kyle Gregory. Joe Maynard wants a Soul Coughing. Brian Tyler wants a Joan Jett. And we'll take a new Mingus if available. That is Mingus for Chris Farrar. That's in one of these new arrival bins that are around here somewhere. It's either in that one or over there. It's Charles Mingus We will pull that for you. A great Neil Young concert, January 22nd, 1971 from Stratford, Connecticut. Young Shakespeare. Neil Young is $28.99. Fred Carnell also wants a Joan Jett. And we have the return of the Living Dead soundtrack. The classic punk rock zombie soundtrack, limited edition clear with blood red splatter vinyl, $36.99. So we need to do a final call on these auctions. Dennis Nelson has Living Color at $100, and Star Wars Andrew Sansparino is at $51 on Star Wars. So $100 and $51, and those are final calls. Colin Butler gets the Dead soundtrack, and Echo and the Bunnymen, Songs to Learn and Sing, $29.99 for Echo and the Bunnymen, Songs to Learn and Sing. Sepultura, I haven't had this one before, Chaos AD, $36.99, the classic 1993 album remastered. It does have a seam crackle at the top, light seam crackle, $36.99. It also has a bonus LP with rare and unreleased demos, covers, and live tracks. That's Sepultura, $36.99. Dr. Dre, The Chronic, that's the newest 2LP remaster, $48.99. And Flotsam and Jetsam from Music on Vinyl, limited to 1,500, No Place for Disgrace, $44.99 on that. Final call on Living Color, $100, and final call on Star Wars for $51. $151, final calls on that. Brian Tyler wants Sepultura, that's sold to Brian Tyler. Oasis is $38.99. Be Here Now, 2LP Oasis, $38.99. And Stained, It's Been a While. This is live Stained. Now, we've got the album for this. It's an unofficial that we're going to be auctioning tonight. But this is a live Stained from 2019, $29.99. New bid on Living Color, $105. Living Color is not done yet. $105 with Jeff McMaster. Another Sepultura, this is Beneath the Remains, $38.99. 2LP Expanded Edition, newly remastered of the influential 1989 classic album, Sepultura Beneath the Remains, is $38.99. The Judgment Night soundtrack, $44.99 on the Judgment Night soundtrack. I have a waiting list for that. Eddie McKenna and Paul Brothers, who claimed one earlier this week. We got more of them in. I have one extra to sell. Judgment Night is $44.99. Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory, 2LP. I've got two of those available for $38.99. And there was supposed to be, Sean McNeil, finally. I've got that back ordered for you. Sean McNeil, we've already got one pulled and tagged for you. And the new Fish album, I've got two extras. Finally, I've tagged these things 3 times, and I have finally able to show them. So if you pre-order this, everybody got one, along with Brittany Bragg and Scott Smith. They were the last two, Brittany Bragg and Scott Smith. Everybody else, if you pre-ordered a Fish album, you have got one. This is the colored vinyl, mastered for vinyl at Bernie Grundman Mastering, individually full stamp numbered, 2LP on colored vinyl. Fish is $49.99. All right, so Dennis Nelson, if you could let me know if you're in or out on Living Color, because there's a new bid, and we have, after all that wait, no bids on Star Wars again. So Andrew Sansparino gets Star Wars for $51. That is sold. So, Living Colors at $105. We have Jeff McMaster put P for Fish. Dennis is out on Living Color. And Paul Brothers wants Dre. Paul Brothers wants Dre. And I'm assuming there's 2 in here. I'm assuming you want the Chronic. But we also have 2001. Chronic was the last one showed for Paul. 1 copy of the new Fish. And I don't know if y'all know how Fish albums are. When these things go out of print, we've had some Fish albums out of print we've sold here for $200-300 just this year. Fish stuff can get quite expensive for the fish heads. This is actually on sale, so this is the cheapest price I've ever offered this. Elton John Diamonds. It's on sale with one of our distributors, so I've ordered one, and I was going to take a waiting list. This is the Ultimate Hits Collection from Elton John. It's called Diamonds, $38.99. I've got one, and I can get more. And another Echo and the Bunnymen. We haven't had this one yet, Crocodile. And Crocodile is $26.99. All right, so 3 new bids on Living Color. We had 105 with Jeff, and now Craig Johnson's at 110. Let's put up some new auctions. We've got more new auctions. Japanese, let's see. We'll keep one over there, and we'll keep a Japanese auction going too. Let's go ahead and do, we're probably going to do all the Def Leppard here within the first hour. We've already done On Through the Night. We're about to do the Japanese copy of High and Dry, and we still got a Hysteria, and we got Bon Jovi, and what else we have? LL Cool J, we have Rush, The Outfield, Incubus, all the stuff that was in that crate. Some of this I'm going to try to auction as much as possible, And then I've got prices on it. If I don't get to them by the end of the sale, by 9:30 or 10, we'll go ahead and sell them. But I've never had this before. This is a $75 start. Japanese Def Leppard High and Dry. We have graded this EX. It's very close to being near mint. I was looking at it last night. It has a couple scuffs right here. Definitely non-audible, non-feelers, and side 2 is near mint and pristine. So one little scuff keeping me from saying this is near mint and pristine. There's the vinyl, there's the Japanese insert, and this is called Def Leppard High and Dry. It says remix version on the Obi. Very nice cover, has a barcode down here. $75 start on Def Leppard. That is now up for bid. All right, now back up to the top where I was at. Paul says the Chronic was right. Dennis Nelson wants an Elton John and put Terrell Boat Night on a waiting list. And make sure we mark that. That's $38.99. Elton John Diamonds for $38.99. All right. Let's see here. So Living Color. I need to know of Jeff McMaster. Can you hear me? If you can, let me know if you're in or out, because Living Color is at 110. Living Color is at 110. Let's go through these one more time. Jeff's back in. He's at a 111. Here's what's left in here. Forbidden Evil, $29.99. Dr. Dre 2001, $36.99. Soul Coughing, the best of Soul Coughing, $26.99. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2, $49.99. 2 copies of that. Saxon, Denim and Leather, $31.99. Splatter Vinyl, 40th Anniversary. Neil Young, Young Shakespeare, $28.99. Echo and the Bunnymen, Songs to Learn and Sing, $29.99. Flotsam and Jetsam, No Place for Disgrace, $44.99. Limited colored vinyl. The first Oasis is called Be Here Now, $38.99. Stained, It's Been a While, $29.99 for Stained. It's Been a While, live from Foxwood 2019. Sepultura, Beneath the Remains is $38.99. Judgment Night soundtrack, $44.99. Lily McCurry is going to take The Last Fish. That's sold to Lily McCurry. And Fred Carnell wants Soul Coughing. Living Color is now at 115 and Def Leppard's at 80. Fred Carnell on Soul Coughing. Sherry Darnell wants Neil Young, Young Shakespeare. I was about to, did I just show that? Where happened to Neil? That there. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. We have Oasis, $38.99, and Echo and the Bunnymen, Crocodile, $26.99. Do you have any NXS? We usually have NXS almost every night. You should see some between now and 10 o'clock at least. If not, it'll be surprising. Mike wants to know how much is the Sepultura, and Peter says he'll take it. So this, and so does Colin. Mike, you got dibs on this. This is Beneath the Remains, 2LP expanded, $38.99. If you don't want it, then it's sold to Peter. And if Colin wants on the waiting list, we'll put him on there. The Living Color is currently still at war. 115 with Craig, 118 with Jeff, and Def Leppard is a final call for $80, Andrew Teets, and then I'll start some new auctions. Peter says he'll take a Sepultura. We'll see if Mike wants it. If not, we'll put Peter on a waiting list. Anybody else? Echo and the Bunnymen, Oasis, Judgment Night Stained, Oasis, Flotsam and Jetsam, another Echo and the Bunnymen, Saxon, Guns N' Roses, Dre, and Forbidden. We got plenty of new vintage arrivals, and we got a lot more new vinyl to go through after we go through some more vintage. I think we'll do some more check condition. Yeah, there's some great titles in here. What did I see? I saw a Metallica. Yeah, I was like, where did that come from? I found a Metallica in one of these bins that I didn't know we had. But yeah, this bin of check condition looks pretty incredible. So let's go through it. John's even got us a divider that says check condition. So the first 2 crates of vintage are all check condition. So check condition titles means the vinyl is not perfect and pristine like we normally put out. Actually, when we first started doing this a few years ago, I didn't put out any check condition. Then we stockpiled like this amazing thousands of great titles, and I was like, all right, let's start putting out check condition, but we got to grade them. Because we used to just show records when we first started doing this. It was like everything is EX plus to near mint. Then we started doing check condition. That was a long time ago. Now, check condition is kind of like a staple of the show. But we will let you know the grade. It's all first come, first serve. Very good stuff in here. Mike says he's going to pass on the Sepultura. So that's sold to Peter. And then Colin, let me know if you want a waiting list for Sepultura. let's go ahead and end these auctions. Well, I owe Living Color a final call because last time I did a final call, somebody else bid, and then we had 2 more bidders. Jeff McMaster has it for 118, and Craig says he's out. So Living Color is at 118, and that's a final call. Let's go ahead and sell Def Leppard high and dry for $80 to Andrew Teets. LA Guns has not arrived yet. If it's not here by tomorrow, Scotty, it is not here tonight. I can tell you that. So if it's not here by tomorrow, it will be on next week's invoice. But I can tell you, as of tonight, we haven't got it. Now, tomorrow is Friday, and we got 1 more shipment of new arrivals, new vinyls. So Friday, they do deliver stuff. $55 start on Kiss Rock and Roll Over Japanese pressing. This is also EX. It's very clean. It's very nice. It has the obi. It's a gatefold. Look how high quality these Japanese jackets are. And the obi's very, very cool. This is a $55 start. Tray's already in. No inserts, just the gatefold and the vinyl, the cover and obi. That is a $55 start. Let's go ahead and sell Living Color. No more interested parties. That's sold to Jeff McMaster for 118. Jeff McMaster gets that for 118. Next record out of this crate is going to be Def Leppard Hysteria, which is a near mint club copy. I think the last time I looked at it. Most of the stuff that I'm auctioning tonight are from very good customers. They're regulars. They buy a lot of records from us. All the stuff I've posted, except for the Japanese stuff, these have come from customers. I think it's like they're duplicates, stuff they bought twice, stuff that they already had a copy of, and they bought another one and then realized they needed an extra one, or I don't know how they ended up with 2. Or maybe it's the stuff they decided they didn't want anymore. Sometimes people thin out their collection and it's like, you know what? I don't listen to Hysteria that much. I would rather have a couple other pricier albums. So that's where these come into place. Hysteria looks like it's EX Plus. I see like a small little scuff right there. I remember looking at these when I was evaluating them. But this is a bunch of trade-in stuff. Then the flip crate I posted was pretty much all trade-in. And then we had a customer come up from Atlanta today and sell off a big part of his collection, or some of his collection, and it's some really good stuff. It's the most I've paid for an individual lot. I usually, just so you know, if you're a regular customer and you trade in stuff, I do tend to be a little bit more fair because I know you're probably going to spend that money right back here anyway. So a couple of these people had negotiated pretty hard with me. Try to pay very fair prices to our customers trading back in stuff. Some of the stuff we've had already. This is an EX Plus, very clean copy of Def Leppard Hysteria. It's a club copy, no barcode on the back. This is going to be a $55 start. It's very nice. It has the original inner sleeve, Hysteria. And Kiss is also up for bid at $55. We do have a bid on that. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Let's go here. We have new arrival check condition. We have the FM soundtrack. This is VG Plus $19.99. FM soundtrack is VG Plus $19.99. We have Focus Stan Jets, composed and arranged by Eddie Salter. That's on Verve from 1964. VG Plus $19.99. The classic FM soundtracks. I didn't even get time to hop it up. That's sold to John Smetzer. Muddy Waters, the original Hoochie Coochie Man. VG Plus $14.99 for Muddy Waters, the original Hoochie Coochie Man. Foreigner, Double Vision. Foreigner is a VG copy, $9.99. We have Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. Lots of people always ask for Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. It's VG $14.99. All right, final call on Kiss. Trey Mendenhall, uncontested, has Rock and Roll Over, a very clean Japanese pressing for $55. If you want to bid on Def Leppard, it's a $55 starting bid, or you can wait for the buy it now. I'm surprised no one's bid yet. It's very clean for what it is. John got FM. Chris DeMoss is first on Muddy Water. That's sold to Chris. Neil was second. Michael Nath third. Thomas fourth. Carol Puckett fifth. Kyle Gregory sixth. Lillian seventh. John Nazarko first on Foreigner. Bubby Mercer was second on Foreigner. $55 start on Def Leppard, and Paul T is first on Norman Greenbaum. That just leaves behind Stan Jets out of this first crate. Def Leppard's at $55 and another $55 bid. King Crimson is everything okay over there? King Crimson is EX $19.99. King Crimson USA has some cover damage on the back. The vinyl's EX 1999. Has a promo sticker on the front, not a promo copy. EX 1999. Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield is VG Plus, $9.99. Soundtrack to The Exorcism, or The Exorcist. Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster, an EX copy. If you hear me say EX and you're new to our shows, EX is a very clean record. It's a couple stray marks, like some hairline scuffs, from being a near mint record. It's very clean. By the way, these are all in new 3 mil bags. Everything that you see here, we've hand cleaned or we've ultrasonically cleaned. Molly Hatchet's EX 17.99. Let's go ahead and sell Kiss, the Trey Mendenhall, for $55. Hysteria is at $60 with Jeff Johnson. That's the current high bid on Hysteria. Let's auction off this oddity of Pro Wrestling Super Fighters themes. Pro Wrestling Super Fighters themes. I think Doug commented on the hot picture and was like, man, that Japanese wrestling. We have an in-house pro wrestling expert with Doug Page. This is a $45 start. It's on King Records out of Japan. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. It has this Japanese insert with it. Pro Wrestling Super Fighter themes. And has the very cool cover with Obi. A little bit of discoloration at the top. Pro Wrestling is a $45 start. That's pretty cool. All right, let me see what I've missed since then. Back at the top, Hysteria 60. John Smetzer on Molly Hatchet. That's sold to John Smetzer. Joe Maynard's at 62 on Def Leppard. Chris Farrar gets the Tubular Bells soundtrack. How much for Stan Jets? Michael. Stan Jets is a 1961 OG. The vinyl is VG Plus condition. $19.99. $19.99 on that. Chris DeMoss is at 45 on Pro Wrestling. Pro Wrestling. Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs. VG Plus $12.99 for the classic Robin Trower. And Jimmy Reed, The Legend, The Man, a 1964 mono. VG Plus $29.99. Jimmy Reed, The Legend, The Man. The Beatles in Italy. How interesting. That's a EX $39.99. That's an official too. Usually see something like this. I think bootleg. This is a Parlophone EMI. The Beatles in Italy, EX condition. $39.99. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. Joni Mitchell's a VG Plus $14.99. And The Essential Jimi Hendrix Volume 2. This also has the bonus single with it, Gloria by Van Morrison, never before released in the United States. EX $36.99 with the single. Okay, back up to the top. Final call on Def Leppard. Joe Maynard's at 62. Final call on Pro Wrestling at 45. We have Chris DeMoss first on JR. JR was Jimmy Reed. That's sold to Chris DeMoss. Next is Jake Cecil on JH. JH was Jimi Hendrix. That's sold to Jake Cecil. Lily McCurry wants the Beatles in Italy. Robin Trower still in there. And the Stan Getz. That's also still in there. Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits is VG Plus $24.99. VG Plus $24.99. Smash Hits. It's got some non-audible scuffs on it. Not a bad copy, though. Jimi Hendrix. Autumn's at 46 on the Pro Wrestling. Rich Russo wants the Robin Trower. Jake Cecil on Jimi Hendrix again. Jake's been snatching up some Jimi Hendrix albums the last couple of sales. He gets that one as well. Another Hendrix. VG Plus $24.99. This is some kind of TV advertised compilation. TVP Records. Jimi Hendrix. Jake's got 3 in a row. That's also sold to Jake Cecil. Michael Nath was second on that one. Paul Brothers is at 50 on Pro Wrestling. Jeff is what I wanted to see. He's out on Hysteria. So we're going to do a final call. Then I'm going to start a new auction. Hysteria is at 62. Final call. Next record. Kiss. Destroyer. It's a 76 OG CTH press. VG Plus condition. $34.99. It also has the original inner sleeve. VG Plus $34.99. Not bad. That's sold to Jim Engelman. Pro Wrestling is now at 51. We've got 3 bidders on that. And Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. VG Plus $29.99. Another Bob Dylan, Empire Burlesque. That's in shrink wrap. $29.99. And Naz, featuring Todd Rundgren. VG $19.99 on SGC. That's not the Rhino. That's on SGC. Let's sell Def Leppard. Def Leppard is sold to Joe Maynard for $62. Pro Wrestling still going. Let me pull something out of the OG bin over here. I don't know if I've got to Yeah, I hadn't really got to the stuff that was part of this second trading. Boy, there's a lot of great stuff in here. Not trying to hop up our own records, but there are some very nice records tonight. Stuff high in demand stuff, I'll call it for sure. Bon Jovi, New Jersey. We were just talking about this album last night, how it's not in print, and it actually don't turn up as much as the other ones. This one's about EX plus condition, almost near mint minus. I would say pretty close to near mint minus. You'll be very happy with this copy. $35 start, Bon Jovi, New Jersey. There's the original inner sleeve. Very nice cover, glossy, very clean. It is a club copy. It's not a USOG retail. It is a club copy. $35 start. There's the sleeve for it. Pro Wrestling, 49, 50, 51, 53, 54, 55. And did I miss any claims in there? I don't think so. Two of us wanted Foreigner. Trey said there are 2 albums. We need clarification. There was only one Foreigner album. There's only been one Foreigner album, and John, you got it. It was Foreigner, I think. We can check, but I'm pretty sure there's only been one Foreigner album, and you got it. Boogaloo Down Broadway, the Fantastic Johnny C. That's in shrink wrap, VG Plus $19.99. We have Rat, out of the cellar, a VG copy, $24.99. Rat, out of the cellar. Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, VG minus. VG minus, VG minus, $19.99. Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Def Leppard, Pyromania, VG minus, $14.99. Those are some lower grade records, but they're playable. Funkadelic, The Electric Spanking Machine, or just The Electric Spanking? This is Funkadelic. What's the actual full name of this title? The Electric Spanking of War Babies, not Machine. The Electric, I don't know where I got that from. The Electric Spanking of War Babies. Funkadelic is a VG copy, $19.99. That's an 1981 Allied pressing. Okay, back up to the top. Lots of bids and lots of comments. Pro Wrestling was at 57 with Paul Brothers. Bon Jovi, 35, 40, 42, 45, 45. Craig Ruth on MC. Motley Crue to Craig Ruth. Bon Jovi, 42. Motley Crue, second to Shane Devers. Joanne, first on Pyromania. Rich, you were third on Motley Crue. Adam Stein on Funkadelic. Bon Jovi, 46. Paul T, second on Funkadelic. Jeff, third. Jeffrey DeLong, first to Rat. Alan was fourth on Funk. Beverly, Rat's already sold. Andrew, you were fifth on Motley Crue. I figured a slew of hair metal records at $15 a piece would have a lot of comments. So those are lower grade copies, but you can play them. Mint copies of most of those are $50 plus. While we have everybody on, top of the hour, probably our higher viewership for the night. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing this again. It's Friday night tomorrow. If you're new, or if you are here every night, you know the drill. We're going to be doing this again tomorrow night. All new vintage arrivals just like this. We'll also have new vinyl. We'll have Japanese auctions tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We're going to do it again on Saturday. Now, Saturday will be the first time ever that I won't be hosting a show at all. Paul will be here. Paul will be here hosting the show on Saturday, 7 o'clock, same time. Now, also a very important announcement. Friday and Saturday, tomorrow and Saturday, here at the store, let me show you, right over here. Let me move the camera for a second. See all those boxes and 45s and albums, those U-Haul boxes? Those are full of $1 records. Those are full of $1 records. Starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can be here on our sidewalk out front. $1 records to dig through. As y'all know, because of cost associated with selling on Facebook, we really don't put out anything under $10 unless it's something that was $10 and we put it on sale. So we have a world of great albums, maybe even $10 albums, $7 albums, $5 albums. We just go ahead and put everything out for $1. And that's our sidewalk sale. That's why it's always so many people here, and we sell so many. We sold well into the thousands about a month ago. There are some great deals for $1. We just don't have the time or the means to put out records for less than $10, so we kind of stockpile them, and then we sell them all for $1. And there's also some stuff that I've had on sale here, maybe even some $20 records. We slip in some fantastic stuff. It's worth coming here and digging through those boxes. There's also 45s that's never been shown. There are great deals for $1. Also, everything in the store is 20% off. Might want to come take advantage of that too. Update on our auction. Sorry, but I needed to make those important announcements. Stacy Brown was at 50 on Bon Jovi. Let me make sure that's right. Stacy Brown was at 50 on Bon Jovi, New Jersey, going once, going twice. The Pro Wrestling Super Fighter themes was with Paul Brothers, and he was at 57 on that. Pro Wrestling's at 57, going once, going twice. Bon Jovi is at 50 with Stacy Brown going once, going twice. And I think we're caught up. Cinderella was $38.99. Back to the vintage check condition. Parliament. Parliament is a VG copy, $19.99. Parliament is a 1979 PRC press, VG $19.99. Parliament, VG $19.99. Roxy Music's Greatest Hits, VG copy, $12.99. Neil Brashear on Parliament. Aaron Gardner was second on Parliament. Brooks is in on Bon Jovi at 51. So, Stacy, you're out on Bon Jovi. We're about to sell Pro Wrestling Super Fighter things, though. We have Michael Murphy, EX, $9.99. Michael Murphy. Stevie Wonder, Hotter Than July, VG Plus, $16.99 for Stevie Wonder. Hotter Than July for Stevie Wonder, VG Plus, $16.99. Stacy's right back in on Bon Jovi at 55. The Stray Cats, Rant and Rave, VG $12.99 on the Stray Cats. We have Stray Cats Built for Speed, back-to-back Stray Cats, VG $12.99. And Ram is VG $12.99. Paul McCartney's Ram, VG copy. Jackson Browne The Pretender is VG Plus $9.99. Yes, that includes new vinyl 20% off. That includes box sets 20% off. And Vicky, I don't know if we'll have any CDs for $1, but the CDs and cassettes that's over here, they'll be 20% off. So, you know, there's a lot of $5 CDs over here, $7 CDs. Those will be 20% off as well. Did I already pull Stevie Wonder for Bernie Johnson? I have it. Bernie Johnson got Stevie Wonder. Neil says he's going to pass on Parliament, so give that to Aaron Gardner. Gerard Cacciatore on Paul McCartney's Ram. Jim Hickson was second. Michael Mofield on Jackson Browne. We have Stray Cats, the first one sold with the hot rod. Christopher Brusha wants the Stray Cats. Brooks out on Bon Jovi, so let's go ahead and say final call on Bon Jovi. 10 seconds left on that one, and let's go ahead and sell this. And I would have done it sooner. The comment was so high up, I was trying to figure out. I have to scroll up every time. Paul Brothers gets that for $57. Paul got that for $57. Bon Jovi, I'm about to sell that for $55. I'm going to go ahead and bring over our next two auctions, which is the Rolling Stones, Made in the Shade, and LL Cool J, which I think is OG, LL Cool J and the Rolling Stones. So let's bring these over. The Outfield's coming up soon, and other Japanese pressings that you may have seen in the Hot Picture or Flip videos. This is a very nice Rolling Stones record. What I've always seen is these Stones records that have this Obi on it always demand a little bit more, especially if you ever find a Sticky Fingers is a very tough OG Japanese record to find. Sticky Fingers. This is a $55 start. The vinyl is perfect. $55 start for the Rolling Stone Sticky Fingers. There's the original inner sleeve. There is an anti-static sleeve as well. It has a Japanese insert with it, 2-page flip, and it has a perfect cover with a perfect Obi. That's a $55 start. All right, let's go ahead and sell Bon Jovi. So the Stones already has a bid for $55. Bon Jovi is sold for $55. And LL Cool J, Bad. Let me figure out exactly what we have here. I took a look at it, and when I was first looking at this, it appeared to be a USOG. This is LL Cool J, Bad from Def Jam Records. We're going to start this at $25. LL Cool J. It is very clean. Yeah, this is master disc, DMM, direct metal mastering. Very clean vinyl. That's a $25 start. EX Plus, near mint minus on the vinyl. There's the original generic inner sleeve and a really nice cover. LL Cool J. That's a $25 start. Okay. What days was the sale? Tomorrow from 10 to 5 and Saturday from 10 to 5. Several people's already asked me about Sunday. We're probably not going to have it Sunday. Probably just Friday and Saturday. That's a lot for us to set up. And last time we did it on Sunday, it was not the best turnout. So just Friday and Saturday. Next comment. This is not Sticky Fingers. That is correct. I was just saying Sticky Fingers is a tough one to find. This is called Made in the Shade. Made in the Shade. LL Cool J, 25, 30, 25, 25, 25, 35, 35, 33, 25, 30, 27, 40, 35, 42, 45. We have Eagles. One of these nights is VG plus 24.99, VG plus 24.99, and the best of West Montgomery, VG plus 14.99. This is in shrink wrap, black Verve label, VG plus 14.99. Gunsmoke's Festus. That's in shrink wrap, VG plus 14.99. Gunsmoke's Festus. Dave Plunkett first on West Montgomery. We have the Beach Boys Holland, VG plus 14.99 on the Beach Boys Holland, and Jethro Tull Aqualung, a VG copy, $9.99 on Jethro Tull Aqualung. Reprise label. Grin is VG plus 14.99, and Linda Ronstadt, that's actually a self-titled album, VG plus $9.99 for Linda Ronstadt, Orange Capital label. Now, that's a lot of bids on Mr. Cool J. Let me make sure there wasn't any claims in between that. And just to clarify, yes, this is the Rolling Stones Made in the Shade. It's at $55. It's mint with Obi. And that's a compilation. Great songs. This was one of the first couple Rolling Stones records I ever owned. The U.S. version, of course. Mitchell Thomas had that at $55. Okay, then all the LL Cool J bids. I'm just going to go back through those and make sure I did miss a claim. Andrew Teets wants the Michael Martin Murphy. That was shown much earlier, but we still have it. Michael Martin Murphy. That's sold to Andrew Teets. Cool J, 25, 25, 35, 35, 33, 25, 30, 27, 40, 35, 42, 45, 37, 41, 45. Dave Plunkett got West Montgomery, 60. Ian wants the Jethro Tull Aqualung. That's sold to Ian. Craig Johnson wants Linda Ronstadt, Rock Me on the Water. That's sold to Craig Johnson. Christopher Brusha was second. LL Cool J, 63. I'll take Beastie Boys. That has already sold. I'll take the B-Boy. Oh, Beach Boys, yeah. I was about to say Beastie Boys already sold. Beach Boys is sold to Colin Butler. Jeff McIntosh wants Buck. He said, sorry, that's coming up soon, or actually may be auctioned. LL Cool J 65 and LL Cool J 73. John Mayall's Moving On. VG plus $14.99. John Mayall's Moving On. Ray Charles, A Message from the People. VG copy, $9.99. And Paul McCartney's Red Rose Speedway is VG plus $16.99. So the Rolling Stones is at 55 with Mitchell T, and that's a final call. We're about to sell that. B.B. King, Indiana Ola Mississippi Seeds. B.B. King is a VG copy, $12.99. Best of Scorpions, EX $24.99. The Best of Scorpions, EX $24.99. Jimi Hendrix is VG $14.99. VG $14.99 on Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies. And Walking Down the Line. What is this? Walking Down the Line. It's a Bob Dylan unofficial. Bob Dylan unofficial. VG plus $29.99. Bob Dylan bootleg. Let's see here. Beach Boys, LL 73, 75. Christopher Brusha, first on RC, which was Ray Charles. Scotty Hypes, first on Paul McCartney. Kelly Bagwell, first on John Mayall. LL Cool J, 80. Joe Maynard's at 57 on the Stones. Thomas, first on B.B. King. Randy, first on the Scorpions. Jake Cecil, first to Jimi Hendrix. Wow, that was an incredible streak. Yeah, let me go back over those for Tanner. His feed reset. Christopher Brusha got Ray Charles. Scotty Hypes got Paul McCartney. Kelly Bagwell got John Mayall. Then we got two new bids, 80 and 57. Thomas got B.B. King. Thomas Hujar got B.B. King. Randy Scarborough got the Scorpions. And Jake Cecil got Jimi Hendrix. LL Cool J's at 85. Brian Tyler's out. And we have a Bob Dylan bootleg. And we have Cream, Goodbye. VG plus $24.99. Cream, Goodbye. Atco label, VG plus $24.99. That was an incredible, I haven't had that happen in a while. I showed like 10 records and every one of them sold to all different people in order. That's a rare occurrence. Let's update our auction so everybody knows what's going on. We got OG LL Cool J. $85 is the high bid. Stacy Brown. It's near mint, has the original inner sleeve. $85. The Stones is Made in the Shade. It's also a perfect, pristine Japanese pressing. Joe Maynard has that for 57. 57. Mitchell Thomas is going to let us know if he's in or out. Jeff McMaster's back in on LL Cool J at 87. All right, let's go through this bin of check condition one more time. And then I've got vinyl, I've got new vinyl, and I've got 4 more crates of vintage, and we have putbacks, right, Tanner? We got putbacks too. Oh my gosh, hope everybody can stay around for a while. I hope everybody can stay around for a while. We have King Crimson USA. This is EX 1999. It has some cover damage. King Crimson EX 1999. Stan Jets Focus is VG Plus 1999. Joni Mitchell Don Juan's Reckless Daughter is a VG Plus 1499. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2 VG Plus 2999. Bob Dylan Empire Burlesque is EX 2999. Covers in shrink wrap. Naz is a VG copy 1999. The Fantastic Johnny C Boogaloo Down Broadway VG Plus 1999. Roxy Music's Greatest Hits is a VG copy $12.99. Stray Cats Built for Speed VG $12.99. Eagles One of These Nights is VG Plus $24.99. Gunsmoke's Festus VG Plus $14.99. Grin is VG Plus $14.99. The Bob Dylan Bootleg VG Plus $29.99. Walking down the line. And Cream's last album, Goodbye, has one of my favorite songs on it, Badge, VG Plus $24.99. All right, The Stones is sold to Joe Maynard for $57. LL Cool J got a new bid. Jeff McMaster's at 87, and that means Stacy Brown's going to let us know if she's in or out. Jeff McMaster has LL Cool J for 87. I'm going to condense this crate. Does Cream have the poster? I don't believe so. No poster with that one. It does have the original Atco inner sleeve. Stacy's at 90 on LL Cool J. Let me grab some new vintage. Actually, we got a crate of new vinyl to go through. I'm going to condense that one. So the first 2 bins of vintage we went through were check condition. Let's go through this crate here. There's some restocks, some new arrivals, and some stuff I haven't had in a while. So it's time to go through these and put up a new auction. There's LL. Let's put up Rush. Let's go ahead and do the outfield. I've done them all in order up until the outfield. So I was just talking about this, wasn't I? It's weird. I'll mention a record and then boom, one appears. This is the outfield Play Deep. When this came out, it was limited to 1,500 on blue vinyl. Then they pressed it on black vinyl. Both are back out of stock and they're out of print. Music on vinyl's not pressing this anymore. We were hoping they was going to do the rest of the outfield catalog, but they haven't yet. So this is such a classic album too. Your Love, Josie's on a Vacation Far Away, and then there's some great songs on here. Say It Isn't So, All the Love, I Don't Need Her. I think it's one of the best albums from the 80s. But this is very, very good sounding. I have 3 copies myself when they come out. We were like, man. The guy I bought this from, he's never opened it. Now, these music on vinyl pressings, sometimes you can tell. Alex has said he's never opened it. I 100% believe him. This has never been opened. It's sealed, outfield Play Deep. It's limited on blue vinyl to 1,500. I checked Discogs. I was shocked at what these were selling for. We're going to start this one at, let me check my notes. I think I was going to do it for 65. Let me see here. Let me check my notes. I got all these written down. Wrote down or written down? Let's start this one at $65. Outfield Play Deep is $65. Blue vinyl from Music on Vinyl, $65 on that one. All right, Stacy Brown is at 90. Who else was bidding? Jeff McMaster, please let me know if you're in or out on LL Cool J. Stacy's at 90. All right, outfield is 65, now 80. Written down. Sorry. I don't have the best grammar, as y'all can tell some nights. I do, but not when I'm talking fast and trying to sell records. Things slip out that's not supposed to. Motorhead 1916. So got some new vinyl here, some stuff I haven't had, some stuff I never stocked, and there's some restocks in here. Motorhead 1916 is $36.99. Motorhead, that is $36.99. Blues Traveler, $79.99. This is live and acoustic, the fall of 1997. We sold both copies we had the other night, and we had a waiting list. And the waiting list for this was Leslie Holt. Leslie, I've already got you down for one. This is $79.99. It is on colored vinyl. It's a 2 LP Blues Traveler live, $79.99. 9. So LL Cool J was 90. Outfield was 65, then 80. We have Jeremiah on Motorhead. Jeremiah, I'm pretty sure you're a first-time buyer, right? So Jeremiah, we have you down for a Motorhead. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. We do $7 unlimited shipping. Grant's at 85 on Outfield. Jeff's at 99 on LL Cool J. Put down Andrew Teets on a waiting list for Motorhead 1916. He was second. And let's see here. Blues Traveler. Let's do Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil. Avenged Sevenfold is on red vinyl, 2LP, $36.99 for Avenged Sevenfold. And we had a waiting list for that. Tyler Sloan. Tyler Sloan, I've got you down for that. I'll do pickup if that's okay. That's fine. Please make sure you message us, and pickups are ready on Monday. So you can pick this up on Monday. But make sure you let us know that so we can have them up front. Otherwise, it may take us a while to find it. 9 Inch Nails, Hesitation Marks, $44.99. Haven't had this one in a long time. 9 Inch Nails is $44.99 for Hesitation Marks. Motorhead Bomber. Motorhead Bomber is $26.99. We also have Ace of Spades, $33.99. And Overkill. There's those same three that I'm showing again. We have Ace of Spades, Bomber, and Overkill. That's been 3 of our best sellers, and the one that I just showed, 1916. So if you want any of those, please let me know the exact name of the album. So LL Cool J was between Stacy and Jeff. Jeff bid 95 on LL Cool J. Stacy's out, so final call on LL Cool J for $95. The outfield is at 87 and now 90. Tracy Miller is in on 9 Inch Nails, Hesitation Marks. If anybody else wants one of these, let me know. I'll put you on a waiting list. Outfield is now at 90. I thought I saw a $100 bid, but I guess I didn't. No, I didn't. So outfield's at 90 with Grant. Dennis Nelson wants Overkill. Dennis Nelson on Overkill. Andrew Teets on Overkill as well. So we need to put Andrew on a waiting list for Motorhead Overkill as well. And Jeremiah. So those are 2 waiting lists on that one. So we still got Ace of Spades and we still got Bomber. I'm about to sell LL Cool J. And the final call on outfield's 90. Stacy says, I've boarded my plane. Stacy was like, I'm going to miss tonight. She's got on and bid on about every auction, which is good. I think there's a couple things I didn't get to, though, that she was interested in. I try to go as fast as possible for those that can't stick around too long, but sometimes we just can't. 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile, $49.99. Boy, someone's brought in a bunch of new food. Then smell it. Now it smells like Whataburger? Sake. Wow. 9 Inch Nails is $49.99. Disturbed 10,000 Fist is $31.99. Disturbed 10,000 Fists, $31.99. There was a waiting list for this, which was Darren Wortman, Greg Rogers, and Jerry Stone. I've got more copies of those back in. Darren Wortman, Greg Rogers, and Jerry Stone. 3 people on that one. All right, let's go ahead and sell LL Cool J. LL Cool J is sold to Jeff McMaster for $95. And then the outfield, which is the Music on Vinyl remaster that's on blue vinyl. I want to stress that this is the limited and numbered version that's on blue vinyl. $44.99. I think we had an Obi-less Japanese pressing of this, and then I had this, and then I had a USOG, and this one won the shootout in my opinion. They sound very good. The Music on Vinyl stuff already, they classify it kind of as an audiophile pressing. Very good sounding record. Now, I've never listened to the black vinyl, but I'm assuming it's same mastering as that. Very good sounding record. The outfield was at 87 and then 90. And then we had another $90 bid, and Tracy Miller wants 9 Inch Nails, which was The Fragile. That sold to Tracy Miller. Disturbed sold to David Eberly. And Will Price on the waiting list for Fragile. Yes, that was from the other night. I've already showed that one. That was from the other night. We've already had some come in since then. Yes, you have one, and Martin Pryor. And Gina Charles, I've got another copy of Disturbed. That goes to you. So let me clarify on the outfield. Grant, you're out because Alan Case was first to bid 90. Alan Case was first to bid 90. Grant, you were second. The outfield played deep. Okay, I need to contact Music on Vinyl and be like, hey, y'all need to press up a new batch of these. I doubt they do it on colored vinyl. If they do, it will be another color, obviously, a different numbering. They do that sometimes. So while outfield's being bid on, let's do a Bruce Lee soundtrack, The Big Boss. Very cool. This is near mint and pristine. This is $45 start, the original soundtrack of the picture Big Boss, The Big Boss. It's a soundtrack to the Bruce Lee film. Very nice, cool cover with Obi. That's a $45 start. $45 start. Okay, outfield 95 and 95. So 2 more bids at 95. Dio, the Master of the Moon. Dio is $31.99. Dio Angry Machines, $31.99. And Dio Killing the Dragon. There's another trio of an artist, and this time it's Dio. Killing the Dragon is on red and orange swirl vinyl. Angry Machines and Master of the Moons are remasters on black vinyl. Outfield 95, 95, 97, and Bruce Lee's at 45. Carnivore, limited neon orange clear vinyl, Retaliation for Carnivore. That is $34.99. There was a waiting list for that Carnivore. The waiting list for Carnivore, or maybe I've already pulled that one. Yeah, somebody was on it the other night. That one's already been pulled. Carnivore is $34.99. Another Ministry, The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. $44.99 on Ministry for Music on Vinyl. And another Disturbed, which I don't know if I've had this one recently, Indestructible. Indestructible is $29.99. No, it's this one I haven't had. Sorry, a lot of Disturbed tonight. This one is Immortalized. $31.99. Immortalized is $31.99. So back-to-back Disturbs. Let me know if you want Indestructible or Immortalized. Your typical metal titles. Sounds like a metal album. Disturbed, Immortalized. Okay. Outfield. We was at 97. Now we're at 100. Final call on Bruce Lee for 45. I do not have Holy Diver. That's one I probably need to order, but it's only being offered as an import right now. But I probably need to order at least one of them to say we have it in the store. And Taylor Swift, $31.99. Taylor Swift is $31.99. Taylor Swift's self-titled album, Gatefold. And The History of the Grateful Dead is $31.99. New bid on Bruce Lee. Adam, you're out. Thomas is at 47. And new bid on Outfield at 105. What were the 3 Dio albums? That was Killing the Dragon, Angry Machines, and Master of the Moon. Let's go through those one more time, and then I'm going to bring up some new vintage stuff. Great new vintage stuff tonight. And Adam is in on Bruce Lee at 48. Paul Brothers wants Indestructible by Disturbed. That's sold to Paul Brothers. And Edward Star Wars wants a Taylor Swift. I have a lot of Taylor Swift in stock. I think everything except for record store day stuff. Obviously, we don't have that. We don't have any of the $1,000 records in stock. But Reputation, Lover, Red, 1989, Fearless, we've got them in stock. So if you didn't know that, just let me know if you're looking for an album and we will check for you. That's sold to Edward. Dennis Nelson wants Overkill Bomber, or excuse me, Motorhead Bomber. That's sold to Dennis Nelson. Outfield's at 110. Bruce Lee's at 48. Thomas, you're out. Blues Traveler, live, 1997, $79.99. Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil, red vinyl, $36.99. The Ace of Spades, $33.99. What a great song. 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile, $49.99. And then the Dios, Master of the Moon, $31.99. Angry Machines, $31.99. And Killing the Dragon is $36.99. Carnivore is $34.99. Ministry is $44.99. The last Disturbed album is Immortalized, $31.99. All the Taylor Swifts, $31.99. And History of the Grateful Dead, $31.99. And yes, Tracy, you got a Fragile as well. Outfield's at 115, and Bruce Lee's at 55. Bruce Lee's at 55. Grant Peltzer asks about every night, do we have any Outfield albums? About every night, we'll get a question from Mr. Grant. Any Outfield albums? I try to get them when I can. They're actually especially new copies. There's pretty much nothing available. All right, let me see what we have over here. Oh, what kind of crate is this? Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, this is like just a... I don't know if I'll go through... if I go through this... Yeah, let's just... That's a... Yeah. These... that's putbacks there? Okay. Let's go through this. I need to pull this Metallica out. Let me see what's... Give me about 30 seconds so I can find the absolute next best crate. That crate that I was just oohing and on over, that was a crate of stuff that we thought we had listed on Discogs, or it was to be listed on Discogs, but it was like, it was records that normally we would have here for sale. So some pretty good titles, actually. And well, they're all higher end, but they're more so stuff that we would have here and not take straight to Discogs. So, yeah, that's what Tanner's pulled here. We'll go through those in just a second. Let's go through our first bin. These are actually the first crate that's not check condition. So let's go through these. Guy Clark has not sold yet. I have not seen a Peter Frampton Comes Alive. I'm sure one will pop up here in a second. So Bruce Lee was at 50, then 55. Outfield's at 120. Guy Clark is not sold. Outfield 125. Bruce Lee 56. All the Dio stuff is reissued and remastered. And outfield 130, Bruce Lee 57. As soon as these are done, we'll go into our next new auctions. I've got that whole flip crate. Most of it still left to auction. New vintage arrivals. Boston, self-titled debut, $29.99. That is the original label. These are all EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. Boston is $29.99. John Lennon, Rock and Roll. This is a studio album by John Lennon. That's a label we don't see too often. Music for Pleasure, Parlophone. This is him doing some classic rock and roll covers. And, of course, one of the most popular he did was Stand By Me. $24.99. That's a near mint copy. James Rayner on Boston, self-titled. We have Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, $29.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. This feels weird. It says mono. Is this a new pressing? Yeah, 2010. 2010 remastered, $29.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. And Chris Christopherson and Rita Coolidge, $14.99. Terrell Boatnight wants John Lennon. Jared Benoit says he'll take the Master of the Moon from the last bin. That's Dio, Master of the Moon. Newly remastered, long out of print, gatefold, 180-gram vinyl. That's so to Jared Benoit. Thomas Hujar. Thomas Hujar, let me know if you're in or out on... he's at 60, just came in. So Adam and Thomas are still bidding on that. The outfield's at 130 with Grant. Alan Case says he's out, so final call on the outfield for 130. We've pulled Boston, we've pulled Master of the Moon, we've pulled Lennon, and Jeff McMaster wants KL. That is Chris and KL. Was there another K? Did I miss something there, or was that Chris and Rita? KL. That's not Bob Dylan. Let me know what KL was, or maybe I'm seeing something here. We had John Lennon. We had JL. We'll let him clarify on that one. So we're on final calls now because Adam's out. Bruce Lee 60, outfield at 130. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul, $64.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul, $64.99. Bootsy, $29.99. Very cool. Bootsy's Rubber Band, Bootsy Player of the Year. That will be an instant seller. This is T-Rex, the unattainable T-Rex. T-Rex from 1980. It's a UK pressing. $34.99 on T-Rex. The Rolling Stones, Made in the Shade. There's the US pressing. Original inner sleeve, $34.99. The Rolling Stones, Made in the Shade, $34.99. And Dance Sampler for College Radio. Wow. $12.99. It's a promo from Columbia. Dance Sampler from College Radio. Philip Bailey, Herbie Hancock, Carol McQuaid, Ellison Chase, Jimmy the Hoover, Third World, Jimmy Cliff, The Weather Girls, and Andre Simone. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay. Jeff is going to let us know what KL meant. We're going to go ahead and sell Bruce Lee to Thomas Hujar for $60 unless there's a new bid I hadn't got to. Kyle Gregory was first to the Bootsy Collins. Jeff McMaster is in on the outfield. Just when I thought we're done. Jeff McMaster's at 135 on the outfield. Lily McCurry's first on the Rolling Stones. And Jeff McMaster wants B. He's being very cryptic tonight with his comments. I still hadn't figured out KL, and I don't know what B. B was probably for Bootsy. B's probably for Bootsy, but I hadn't figured out what KL's for. I think it was JL for John Lennon, but I hadn't figured that one out. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water. All right. We have Garden Party. Garden Party by Rick Nelson, $14.99. And Melly Mel from Sugar Hill. It's in a promo sleeve. Melly Mel, $24.99. White Lines, Don't Do It. Grandmaster and Melly Mel, $24.99. That was for John Lennon. Thank you. Thank you. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery. This does not have a die-cut cover, but it's absolutely mint, and it has the booklet with it, $24.99. $24.99. And The History of Small Faces is $14.99. The History of Small Faces. That's about a VG cover, $14.99. Bert Henry and the Heart Boy. We got a big dose of nightly nudity. We need a sticky note for that one. $24.99. Bert Henry, The Hard Way. She is completely uncovered. $24.99. The 1980s Countdown to Armageddon by Hal Lindsey, $19.99. That was for Lennon. I thought so, Jeff. Thank you for letting us know. Grant's out. Grant's out on the outfield. It's like, what's going on? I hear Duran Duran playing. The outfield's at 135 with Jeff McMaster and Grant Peltzer's out. Calvin Ward wants the Melly Mel. That's sold to Calvin Ward. Where are you, Melly Mel? That's sold to Calvin Ward. And Burt Condition. This is no condition. Everything in here is EX plus to near mint minus. $24.99. We have old school hip hop. A-side, The Dis Days, $9.99. The Dis Days. Let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead and sell Duran Duran. All parties have bid. Jeff McMaster got that. Or let's sell the outfield. Well, I got distracted as Duran Duran started playing here in the store. I was like, I hear the camera flashes for. It was the camera flashes for Girls on Film, and I was like, what is that? What is that? Thought my picture was being taken. Okay, next Japanese pressing. Let's do the Rambo soundtrack, and I'm going to pull something out of the bin over here. Let's do two Japanese pressings. This one is from one of the trade-ins, and then this one is this is something we actually got from that trade-in. Let me look at a few things over here. Yeah, I'm about to say I don't see many Japanese blues albums. First, let's do the Rambo. This is the original motion picture soundtrack to Rambo: First Blood Part 2. Music composed and conducted by Jerry Goldsmith. This is near mint and pristine. Very cool. Love these. I love soundtracks with Obi. Just so unique. It has a couple of those humidity spots right here. It kind of blends into the cover though. Not really too noticeable. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. $45 start. It has this Japanese insert with pictures from the film. It also includes a Rambo poster. Rambo poster, $45 start. On this has the insert, the poster. Really nice cover with Obi. $45 start on Mr. Rambo. That is up for auction. Now, the Lightning Hopkins is also going to be a $45 start. This is Lightning Hopkins Sings, a collection of American folklore. This is a newer Japanese pressing. It has a barcode on the back of the Obi. Very high quality. Very high quality. And check this out. It's on green vinyl. Very, very cool. This is absolutely brand new looking. I mean, it's perfect. I don't know what year this was pressed, but it's very, very nice. And this is a $45 start. I think it's a relatively new pressing with the barcode and just the condition it's in, but it's super nice. $45 start on that. As I say, we don't have many blues Japanese pressings. Okay, let me go back up to the top. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Autumn Betts wants the Burt. That's this one right here, Bert Henry. I think that's only if Fred asked about it. If he's passing, that's sold to Autumn Betts. The hip-hop price, this was $9.99. Colin, if you don't want it, it's sold to Jeff McMaster. So there's a couple pendings. That's Autumn's if Fred passes. That's Jeff's if Colin passes. Lightning Hopkins is at 45. Lightning Hopkins is at 55, 45, 57, and now 60. Back to the bin. Everything in here is EX plus to near mint minus. Nicolette Larson, Radioland, $9.99 for Nicolette Larson. We have, what do we have here? This looks like a compilation. It is the band Moondog Mountainee. Wow, that's the band? Is this the right cover? Very unique jacket here. Oh, it has some kind of, what's going on here? First, let me tell the price. This is $34.99. It has a cover over a cover. I've never seen this before. Is this how this originally came? And one thing, I can't get to it. I guess it slides in here. Huh. Most odd thing I've ever seen. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what we have here. That's the way I guess we found it in the back. It's a cover over this cover of the band. Eddie Passir wants it. We'll sell it to him. That's sold to Eddie Passir. Both auctions have bid. Lightning Hopkins is at $65. Rambo's at $45. We have a bid on Rambo at $45. Eddie got the band. And Calvin Ward needs to put back Melly Mel. Somebody may have been second on that, but we'll put that back. Calvin Ward needs to put back Melly Mel. Carl Perkins, blue suede shoes on Sun, $9.99. Carl Perkins, blue suede shoes. This is a Beatles bootleg on, is this the, or Bob Dylan? This is Bob Dylan. 1974 on green vinyl. Bob Dylan, $49.99. Don't look back. The highlights of the film, summer of '65, $49.99. There's Melly Mel. That was White Lines, Don't Do It with Grandmaster. And yeah, double-sided promo, $24.99. Moondog Matinee original cover. I don't know how many copies of Moondog Matinee we've had. Hundreds. I've never seen that original cover before. That's sold to Eddie Passir. Let's see. Kevin Hughes is first on Carl Perkins. Larry Smith was second. And we have Hot Rocks with the original sticker at the top. This is $39.99. Hot Rocks, the Rolling Stones, 64 to 71. Beautiful near mint vinyl. That's $39.99. Craig Johnson first on the Rolling Stones. Lightning Hopkins is at $65 with Thomas Hujar final call. And Brandon Lack is at $45 on this. And somebody's asked the track listing. Rambo is score music. That's why I hadn't really read the track listing. It's all score music except it has the featured song Peace in Our Life sung by Frank Stallone. So Rambo is just score music. It's score music from the film. It's the motion picture soundtrack. By the way, it does have a tear down here on the obi. If I hadn't already mentioned that, there is a tear down here on the obi. Need to mention that. Forgot to. Craig Johnson got the Rolling Stones. Jeff McMaster, you were third on Carl Perkins. Rambo, 48-48. And Jeff McMaster wants the Melly Mel, so that is sold. I think he was second earlier on it. This is a 2013 pressing that's sealed of the Rolling Stones Beggar's Banquet from 2013. That is $64.99, and it is sealed. Sinatra and Strings. Frank Sinatra is $14.99. Bob Dylan and Planet Waves. Dylan is $34.99. Urban Cowboy soundtrack. 2LP, $19.99. The Urban Cowboy soundtrack. EX Plus, near mint copy. Toby Graham, first on RS, which is the Rolling Stones. That's sold to Toby Graham. Bob Dylan, Infidels, near mint in shrink wrap, $34.99. The Beatles, 62 to 66. This is an Apple pressing, $49.99. The Beatles, 62 to 66, $49.99. Terrell Boatnight wants the Urban Cowboy. Lisa Montgomery, you were second. And we have the original 20 famous country hits, Volume 4 by K-Tel, $9.99. Thomas Hujar gets the Lightning Hopkins for $65. And let's go ahead and do a final call on Rambo. Terry Westwood has that for $50. Never mind. Paul's at $53. That's sold to Thomas for $65. Terrell gets the country hits. And I'm going to pull a new auction. Let's see what we have back here. How about the Best of Little Walter, Volume 2? The Best of Little Walter, Volume 2. Let's see here. This is a promo copy. It is near mint. It is absolutely beautiful. And we'll start this for $25. The Very Best of Little Walter, Volume 2. Chess, perfect copy. $25 start. And it has a gold stamp promo on the back. Very Best Little Walter, $25 start on that. Rambo's at $53. Terry says he's out, so Paul has that for $53. New bid. Brandon's at $56. John Smetzer said Bud and Sissy. Am I missing something there? And a couple bids already on Little Walter, $25. The Frank Sinatra is called Sinatra and Strings, $14.99. That's what it's called, Sinatra and Strings. 3 bids on Little Walter, as I expected. The Greatest Country and Western Hits, number 3. This is a Columbia, says limited edition. That is $9.99. Riley Puckett, Old Time Greats Volume 2. Riley Puckett. That is $14.99 for Riley Puckett. $14.99. Carlos Santana and Mahavishnu, John McLaughlin. Love, Devotion, Surrender. Near mint gatefold. $19.99. Great Country Hits. Another Great Country Hits. Tammy Wynette, Tommy Cash, David Houston. $9.99. Little Walter, 25, 25, 30, 35. Kevin Hughes on hits, and I'm assuming that was for this one, Kevin Hughes. And I think Terrell was second. And then Chris was first on Great Country hits. Sorry for the confusion there. I think Kevin was first to that one, and Chris was first to this one. Kevin got that one. Chris got this one. He said yes, I think that's correct. Little Walter's now at $40. Rambo is at $60. Patty Smith. Boy, this has got a chunk of the cover missing. Somebody got hungry. This is a purple vinyl. I believe it's an unofficial. I Never Talked to Bob Dylan. I Never Talked to Bob Dylan, recorded live at the Concert House in Stockholm, Sweden, October 3rd, 1976, $34.99. Purple vinyl. Definitely an unofficial. And somebody got hungry while they was listening to it. $34.99 on Patty Smith. Midnight Cowboy, original motion picture soundtrack. Everybody's Talking, sung by Nilsson. I can't hear a word they're saying. $19.99. Harry Nilsson on the Midnight Cowboy. The rest of the music's by John Barry. He also did a lot of the James Bond stuff. Voice of Thousands hardcore compilation. That is a sealed copy, $19.99. Lisa is first to the Midnight Cowboy. Little Walter's now at $42. Paul's at $60 on Rambo. So Rambo is between Brandon Lack and Paul Brothers. At any time, Paul or Brandon, you're out, please let me know. Paul has it right now for $60. Thomas is at $42 on Little Walter. Paul Jackson wants the Frank Sinatra. Lisa's at $45 on Little Walter. Brandon's at $61 on Rambo. This is the Paul McCartney Russian concert, $24.99. Chopa BCCP, live in the Soviet Socialist Republic. Paul McCartney, and this is $24.99. It's a perfect copy, near mint. Some of these, they might have got into a batch of stuff from the Atlanta collection. They did some digging today, it looks like, maybe. John's been doing a lot of digging, getting stuff ready for the dollar sale, because we only get this opportunity to thin out stuff for $1, like once every couple months. And the guy from Atlanta bought these at a flea market from a Russian guy. He bought like 30 of them. Some of these are bootleg too. But it's a very interesting story, but that's where that came from. He might have got into some Atlanta. We bought that stuff almost a year ago, and there's still thousands of them back there. So, $24.99. Ry Cooter, Bop Till You Drop, that's $19.99. So Little Walter was at $45. Lisa was in first, Kyle. Lisa was in first at $45, and then Kyle bid $45. Michael Naff's out. Rambo was at $61, now at $63. And Little Walter's at $48. You speak great Russian. Thank you. I know when you see that, Soviet Socialist Republic, that AKA is, I guess, back in the Cold War era. If you've seen that written on something, you might want to stay away if you wasn't in America, right? Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor, $44.99. Original brown jacket, $44.99. Bob Dylan, The Little White Wonder, Volume 2. That's $34.99. It's a 1975 Italian pressing, $34.99. And Bob Dylan, a rare batch of Little White Wonder. That's Volume 1, I guess, $34.99. We had one of those we auctioned the other night. Back-to-back Bob Dylan rare tracks. The Beach Boys, Here Comes the Night, 12-inch single, promo, $9.99. Ram, which is Rambo, is at $63. Little Walter, $48, then $50. We can do Incubus next. Rambo, the vinyl and the inserts are all near mint. It also has the poster. The Obi does have a tear. The cover has a couple spots of discoloration here. Nothing on the back and nothing actually on the Obi. It does have both inserts and a poster. That's at $65 with Brandon Lack. Andrew Teets, first on Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor. Somebody asked about hardcore. They asked if there was a track on this, which was, who asked for that? Colin Butler asked if Raid was on here. I don't see anything by Raid. It's called Voice of Thousands Hardcore Compilation by Conversion Records. It is sealed for $19.99. Let's see, where did I get to? Little Walter 52, Little Walter 51, and I think we're caught up here. We have Moonshine, Bert Jancic. That's I'm sure I'm not saying that right. Moonshine is $19.99. The Vapors, Magnets. The Vapors is $19.99. Magnets and Dr. Feelgood Baby Jane, $9.99. Dr. Feelgood Baby Jane. We also have, this is Mighty Python, right? Yeah, Mighty Python is $14.99. Monty, not Mighty, Monty Python, $14.99. And Supergirls featuring the platters, the coasters, the chiffons, and the crystals, $9.99. Was Raid on that one? I read it as fast as I could. It is Raid. Model or Liberation? Let's see. Yeah, Raid Liberation. It is on there. Sorry, whoever asked about that. And so if Colin doesn't want it, Dylan asked about it. We also had a question for McCartney tracks. I'm not been able to answer everything tonight. I'm skipping over a lot of stuff. Little Walter 55, Chris DeMoss first on SG, which is Supergirls. Autumn Betts wants MP, which was the Monty Python. Colin passed on that, so it's still available. Now, where was we on Rambo? Paul bid 68. Brandon Lack, just so you know, you're out. Paul's at $68. Let me know if you're in or out. And then Little Walter is at 55 with Lisa Montgomery. Thomas is the only one who hadn't set out. That's at $55 with Lisa Montgomery. Okay, recap of the event. Happening right now because I just got done finished with it. We got 2 auctions up. Every time one auction ends, I put up another one. Little Walter's at 56 and Rambo was at 68. I got a whole crate of Japanese stuff still to do. And then the crate that I actually did a flip video of, I've still got like 80% of that. So a lot of auctions between now and probably 11 o'clock. Some things, if I don't get to them, we'll do buy them out. I've got everything in that crate kind of priced, and I'll price them if we don't ever get the auction, especially if it gets too late. So we have Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. This is a 2010 pressing. It is in mono. 2010, 180 gram, $29.99. Chris Christopherson and Rita Coolidge, $14.99. Everything is EX Plus to Near Mint Minus on the vinyl. Soul to Soul, SRV, $64.99. T-Rex, The Unattainable, $34.99. That's a UK pressing. This is a dance sampler for college radio, $12.99. I'm surprised no one's bought that. Rick Nelson, Garden Party, $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery with booklet, $24.99. The History of Small Faces, $14.99. The 1980s Countdown to Armageddon by Hal Lindsey, $19.99. Nicolette Larson Radioland is $9.99. Lisa is back in on Little Walter at $59, and Brandon Lack is back in on Rambo at $69. $69 and $59. Carol Puckett first on Faces. That's sold to Carol Puckett. We have Bob Dylan Unofficial from 1974 on green vinyl. Don't Look Back, highlights from the original soundtrack. Dylan is $49.99. $49.99 on the Dylan Unofficial green vinyl. Bob Dylan Planet Waves, $34.99. And Bob Dylan Infidels, $34.99. That's near mint and shrink wrap. The Beatles 62 to 66 on Apple, $49.99. Riley Puckett Old Time Greats Volume 2, $14.99. Carlos Santana is $19.99 with John McLaughlin. Patti Smith, that's a purple vinyl live unofficial. I never talked to Bob Dylan, $34.99. Angela Leckington wants T-Rex. That's sold to Angela. Paul's out on Rambo, so Brandon Lack, you have that for $69, and Thomas is out on Little Walter. Lisa has that for $59. $59 and $69. Final calls on those. I'm going to sell them pretty fast so we can put up 2 new ones. Ry Cooter, Bop Till You Drop, $19.99. Paul McCartney, the live album. It's actually a live studio album. I don't think he's actually in front of an audience in Russia, but he did later on, I think in the 90s, go over there and actually do a concert live on Red Square. But this is just like a live studio, like a studio live, $24.99. Bob Dylan Volume 2 of The Little White Wonder and Volume 1. Those are both Italian compilations, $34.99. The Beach Boys, Here Comes the Night promo. It says disco single, $9.99. Moonshine was $19.99. The Vapors was $19.99. Dr. Feelgood Baby Jane, $9.99. And the Hardcore compilation is still available, sealed, $19.99. Rambo is sold to Brandon Lack for $69. Little Walter is sold to Lisa Montgomery for $59. I'm about to bring up a crate. Actually, the next crate of new vinyl is just 2 records. So we'll be able to go through that pretty fast, I would hope. So I have Rush, Fuel, Ink. Somebody asked for Incubus. I don't know which one, so we'll do this one first. And we've had a lot of people ask about the Lemon Poppers and Dukes of Hazzard. So let me go ahead and do the Lemon Poppers, and we'll do Incubus. One of these are still in print. I'm not for sure, but I'll go ahead and auction both of them. I was just looking at Incubus titles the other night. This is Incubus Make Yourself. It's a music on vinyl. It may actually be sealed. Let me see here. Yeah. This has never been opened. So this is a sealed copy of Incubus. Actually, no, there's two on here. Yeah, they're both sealed. They're both sealed. They're going to be a $40 start. Incubus Make Yourself. So these are new music on vinyl pressings. They're sealed. This is Incubus Make Yourself. $40 start on that from MOV. That is new and sealed. That's auction number one. Incubus Make Yourself, $40 start. And then the Lemon Poppers, I believe, is a stereo copy. It's a near mint copy. Yeah, the vinyl is near mint, Buddha Records, and shrink wrap. It does have a, let's see here. Yeah, we've got it. It's a very nice copy. We've actually may have sold this before. Yeah, very nice. The vinyl is near mint minus, and the cover's in shrink wrap, has the original price tag. It's a stereo copy, has the original generic inner sleeve. $35 start on that. $35 on the Lemon Poppers Green Tambourine, and Incubus is a $40 start. $40 and $35 starts on those. Waiting on John Lee Hooker. I'll do that very soon. And Tracks on Dance Sampler. Let's see. Craig, did he post that? Let me read those off. I read the artist earlier, but I didn't read the tracks. Or maybe if I give Craig the catalog number, he can share all the information with us. Let me find that. Where are you? College Dance Sampler. That is AS 1766. Philip Bailey, Herbie Hancock, Ellison Chase, Carol McQuaid, Jimmy the Hoover, Third World, Jimmy Cliff, The Weather Girls, and Andre Simone. That is from 1983, College Dance Sampler from Columbia, 1983, $12.99. Brandon, you did get Rambo. Chris is at 40 on Incubus. Classic. Let me play my Green Tambourine. That's a $35 start. Okay, so the next crate, like I said, actually there's 3 titles in here. We had a huge restock. The other night I showed this, and we sold like all 10 copies. I usually order Metallica albums in either lots of 10s and 20s. This one I order in 10s, and I ordered a batch the other night, and like we sold all of them. Metallica, Garage Inc., 3 LP, 27 songs, $56.99. This is new and sealed. Includes the $5.98 EP, Garage Days Revisited, and then it has some of their covers like Turn the Page, Whiskey in the Jar. That is a 3 LP Metallica Garage Inc., $56.99. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I ordered 10 and they only sent me 9. So either that's getting back on low stock. And then we sold both of these the other night, so I've ordered them again. How the West Was Won, Super Deluxe box set. We've already sold these once this week. There's How the West Was Won, and there's the complete BBC Sessions, $214.99. BBC Sessions is 5 LP, the 3 CD. This is the Super Deluxe. So if you're looking these up, there's 2 versions. This is the one I recommend. It's every song Led Zeppelin performed on the BBC. It's incredible. And then this is just as incredible, How the West Was Won. Those are both $214.99. And then Garage Inc. was $56.99. Final call. Lemon Poppers is at $35, and Incubus is at $40. $40 and $35. Final calls on those. Final call. We're going to move on to something very quick next. Somebody said something about the Metallica. Yeah, it was a bootleg here. Metal up your. I think you know the rest of it. Let's do this next crate. Wow, there's some interesting stuff in here. I see a couple artists that I don't put out too often. Yeah, this is a great. Let's do this next crate of new vintage arrivals. Wow. Plus, we got that high-end bin I was telling you about. Kind of a final call on some of those. Y'all are probably tired of us saying we're going to start listing stuff on Discogs, but eventually we're going to. We're stockpiling enough records. We have enough for years of listing. So, Lemon Poppers is at $37. When I list like on eBay and Discogs, I like to do like a ton at once. I don't like doing like 3 and 5 here. I like listing like 300 in one day. And then I can let y'all know, hey, we've just posted 300 items. Go check it out. But that takes a lot of time. If you've ever listed anything online, it's time consuming. A lot of people's like, I could sell these online. And I'm like, you have no idea when you start listing stuff, the time and then shipping stuff individually. Lemon Pipers, 37. Incubus, 45. Lemon Pipers, 40. Incubus, 46. And we have new vintage arrivals. Elvis. Having Fun with Elvis on Stage, $14.99. We have the Shiva's Headband commemorative album, the singles collection. This is interesting. Shiva's Headband picture disc, $24.99. The Treacherous Tree Gotta Rock. The Treacherous Tree from Sugar Hill, $14.99. Treacherous Tree. And we have Baxter Robertson. Baxter Robinson. Vanishing Point 2, $9.99. The Maria Callas collection, a tribute to Maria Callas, $16.99. The Section is a 72 white label promo. The Section is $34.99, 1972 white label promo. Jimi Hendrix Plays and Curtis Knight Sings, Get That Feeling. 1967, it does have a seam split down here at the bottom, $39.99. Okay, so Lemon Pipers was at 37 with John Young. Carol Puckett, let me know if you're in or out. Carol bid 40. George Ellis bid 45 on Incubus, and that means Chris DeMoss, let me know if you're in or out. Chris bid 46. Sorry, I hadn't got down to the bottom yet. Paul T wants Treacherous. I think that was for the Treacherous Tree, right? Yeah, that's sold to Paul T. Treacherous 3, my bad. Yeah, not tree. 3, thank you. That's sold to Paul T. And John's out on Lemon Pipers. So Lemon Pipers is at 40 with Carol Puckett. Incubus is at 46, and George is out. 40 and 46, final calls. The Fools sold out. The Fools is $9.99. Any Love, Luther Vandross, $14.99. Any Love, Luther Vandross. Devo, New Traditionalist, live 1981 Seattle, $69.99. This is a 2012 record store day. Devo, New Traditionalist, live 1981 Seattle, $69.99. Johnny Cash, Johnny 99. Johnny Cash, Johnny 99 is $14.99. My Bloody Valentine, this is Your Bloody Valentine, a 1990 German pressing, $39.99. Wow. Imagine John Lennon, music from the original motion picture soundtrack, $44.99. Kenny G, Gravity, $14.99 on Kenny G, Gravity. Giant, Buddy Holly, that's in shrink wrap, $29.99. And Cool and the Gang, Emergency, shrink wrap and hype sticker, $14.99. The Lemon Pipers is sold to Carol Puckett for $40. And Incubus is sold to Chris DeMoss for $46. Those are both sold. We had the Treacherous 3 already claimed. Craig Thomas wants My Bloody Valentine. That's sold to Craig Thomas. And Edward Star Wars is second. Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation, 1814 from 1989. $39.99. Is the Elvis Having Fun on Stage still available? Can I see the label? It is right here. $14.99. Having Fun. There is the label. Wow, that's weird. Boxcar. Never seen that before. A talking album only. I think it's Elvis just talking. The cover is VG minus. It's got some heavy seam splits up here at the top. That is $14.99. Jacoby, maybe, brings the house down. And that is $14.99. Let's put up 2 new auctions. We got a lot of stuff over here. Let's see what we have. We have another Incubus. And somebody said earlier, we got some people waiting for Willie Dixon. There's 311. We got Government Mule. Dukes of Hazzard. Let's do these 2, and then I need to get back into the Japanese bin. So we have a Willie Dixon box set here. This is a 3LP with booklet from Chess Records. Usually when you see these, they're CDs or cassettes. This is actually vinyl. And then we have the Dukes of Hazzard, which is VG+. The Willie Dixon box set is an $85 start. Willie Dixon is an $85 start. That is the Chess box. 36 songs, 3 record set, including a 12-page book, and this is like brand new condition. It even still has the Chess Club Charter membership. $85 start, has the booklet, perfect box, perfect vinyl, perfect book that is up for bid. People's already commented the Dukes of Hazzard. I could have told a lot of people, we know this is going up for auction. The Dukes of Hazzard, it's been a long time since I've had one. The vinyl is about VG+. This is an original from 1982 on Scotty Brothers. It looks and plays about like a VG+. That is a $35 start. The Dukes of Hazzard. And of course this does have has all kinds of stuff. Johnny Cash is on here. The theme song. That is a $35 start. Okay. David Hilton said $14.99. I'll take it. And that was on Elvis right here. That's sold to David Hilton. Cogs at $85 on Willie Dixon. Patty's at $35 on the Dukes of Hazzard. Next is The Doors, Absolutely Live. 2 LP, $39.99 for The Doors, Absolutely Live. Miles Davis, You're Under Arrest. Miles Davis is $29.99. You're Under Arrest, $29.99. Francis is at $36 on the Dukes. You Can't Love 'Em All, Dean Martin. Dean Martin is $9.99. You Can't Love 'Em All. Harry Belafonte, a legendary performer, $9.99 for Harry Belafonte. The History of British Rock, $24.99. Awesome 2 LP compilation. The Kinks, You Really Got Me is that first track. $24.99. Frank Sinatra, Only the Lonely in shrink wrap. That is $14.99. So 3 bidders on Dukes of Hazzard. Shane's at $40 and now Lisa's at $88 on Willie Dixon. Let me take a drink of water right quick. Okay. All right. Lisa wants the Frank Sinatra. Got 2 auctions up with multiple bids. We're in a great crate because I'm showing a Def Leppard High and Dry. $64.99. We sold a Japanese pressing earlier for $80. This is a really nice U.S. copy, OG, with the original inner sleeve. $64.99 on High and Dry. Michael Jackson, the official Michael Jackson picture disc of Thriller. $44.99 for Thriller. Picture disc, $44.99. What do we have here? $9.99 for Diodato SOS Fire in the Sky East Side Strut. Looks like a 12-inch single from Diodato, $9.99. Lisa's at $88 on the Willie Dixon box. Who else was bidding on that? Kyle, just so you know you're out. Lisa has that for $88. Dukes of Hazzard, $42, $42, and $43. Cat Stevens, Back to Earth, $14.99 for Cat Stevens. Cy Barkley and the Way Outsiders. That is sealed, $19.99. Cy Barkley and the Way Outsiders. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, $34.99. Near mint, this is the Robert Lugwood mastering. Now, me and John was talking about this record the other night. This is a great price for the Robert Lugwood mastering, by the way. See the dead wax, how it's a little bit thinner? The other pressings are wider. There's much more. The dead wax is half as wide, and that's a prime example of the mastering of the RL. There's more wavelength, I guess is what I'm trying to say for this one. This is a very nice copy, and some say if you have this and you listen to the others, this is the go-to copy with that. And this is the has the original inner sleeve too, $34.99. I went to explain that and I totally lost all of my words. Willie Dixon's at $90. Dukes of Hazzard, $45 and $46. The Kinks presents a soap opera. The Kinks present a soap opera, $24.99. Yeah, more space, more information. That's what I'm trying to say. That means it's like the Led Zeppelin RL mastering. The dead wax is for Led Zeppelin 2, the one everybody wants. The dead wax is just a thin little strip. More space. It sounds better. Hey, Duran. We have this big thing. This is $39.99. Duran big thing. I haven't seen this in a while. 1988. Probably should have put that up for auction. $39.99 on Duran. Johnny Cash, the Baron, is $14.99. And Michael Bolton, The Hunger, $19.99. So, Willie Dixon was $90. Dukes of Hazzard, $45. Dukes of Hazzard, $46. Grooves, more information, more space. Thank you. Dukes of Hazzard, $48. Dukes of Hazzard, $47. Willie Dixon, $95. Shane Nunley on Duran. Tanner, that one was $39.99. Craig was second. Paul Gill's going to get that Dire Straits. That's sold to Paul Gill. Edward was third on Duran. Shane Devers first to Johnny Cash. Mike, you were second on third, fourth. You were fifth on Duran. And I skipped something. I don't think I showed this. The Kinks presents Soap Opera, $24.99. Willie Dixon's now at 100 and Dukes of Hazzard's at 50. Hall & Oates, Out of Touch, in shrink wrap, $12.99. Level 42, $9.99 for Level 42. Star Child, 12-inch single, 100 on Willie Dixon and 50 on Dukes of Hazzard. We have Luther Vandross, The Night I Fell in Love, $14.99. Yeah, when I was flipping through here to pull auction stuff out, I definitely overlooked that one because I didn't really recognize it because I hadn't seen it in so long. Don't get that one too often on vinyl. It's out of print too. Okay, let me set my next auction over here. Those are up for bid. We have Ronnie Wood, Now Look. This is $19.99. Ronnie Wood, Now Look, $19.99. Ron Wood from the Rolling Stones. That's on the Burbank label, $19.99. Johnny Cash, Gone Girl. Man, I don't know if I've ever seen that one before. $14.99, 1978, Gone Girl. I've had hundreds, thousands. Never seen that one before. John Lennon. It's a bootleg, $39.99. This is John Lennon and Yoko. Now, this has some nudity on it, but I'm definitely not showing this. It's very unpleasant. This is John and Yoko, Two Virgins. It's an unofficial press, $39.99. So, Willie Dixon, Lisa, let me know if you're in or out. Kyle has that for 100. Then Lisa's out, thank you. So Lisa's out, 100 on the Willie Dixon box set. 3 LP with book, it's mint, $100 on that, final call. Thomas Hujar wants the Ron Wood, Shane Devers on Johnny Cash, and Shane Devers is at 52 on Dukes of Hazzard. This is Connie, Funky Little Beat on Sunnyview, $9.99. Led Zeppelin, song remains the same, $64.99. 2 LP, Led Zeppelin, song remains the same, and Traffic is $19.99. Welcome to the Canteen. Traffic, etc. Welcome to the Canteen, $19.99. Rock Generation, Volume 2, The Animals and the Yardbirds. This is $24.99. Can I see level 42 again? You can. Level 42 is in shrink wrap, $9.99. Autumn, you're out on Dukes of Hazzard. Shane has that for 52. Final call on Willie Dixon for 100. David Frizzle is $14.99, or Frizzell. Original soundtrack to Our Man Flint, $19.99. Meat Puppets Mirage, $44.99 for the Meat Puppets Mirage, 1987 SST Records. Colin Butler said sold on level 42. That is sold to Colin Butler. Autumn's at 53 on Dukes of Hazzard. Colin Butler wants Our Man Flint. Meat Puppets sold to Chris Kirkley. Adam Stein was second. Dukes of Hazzard is at 55. Willie Dixon is sold to Kyle Gregory for $100. That is sold to Kyle Gregory, 100. Bad Religion, The Gray Race, limited edition colored vinyl, gray vinyl. Bad Religion is a 1996 gray marbled vinyl. That is $64.99. Colin did not want level 42. You didn't get it. You got Flint. Edward got level 42. Colin Butler got Flint. Chris Kirkley got Meat Puppets. Shane Devers is at 55 on Dukes of Hazzard. I may have said that wrong. Adam Stein gets Bad Religion. I may have said that wrong, but I just said the correct order. Okay, let's do another. Let's see what we got in here. Rush, Fuel, Bush. Let's do the Other Incubus. The Other Incubus is also sealed for music on vinyl. This is also going to be, what did we start the other one for? 40. Let's also start this one for 40. Is that a crease on the sleeve? It looks like maybe a very, very light, just stress, what I call a stress crease there on the corner. And it has a little bit of a bump up here. Alex said this is new, so it's new. He's never opened it. That's a $45 start on Incubus. A Crow Left of the Murder. That's new and sealed music on vinyl copy of Incubus. $45 start on that. Okay. Dukes of Hazzard's at 56 with Autumn. Bryan Adams, Cuts Like a Knife. $19.99 for Bryan Adams, Cuts Like a Knife. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. Billy Joel's $14.99. T for the Tillerman. Cat Stevens, $14.99 on Cat Stevens. An American Prayer, Jim Morrison, Music by the Doors, $29.99. Dukes of Hazzard, 56, 57. Greg Preston's first on Bryan Adams. Randy, you were second. Carol King, not Skeen. Carol King, Touch the Sky, $14.99. Autumn's out on Dukes of Hazzard. Shane has that for 57. Johnny Cash, The Last Gunfighter Ballad. Johnny Cash is $14.99. And The Best of B.B. King, $24.99. The Best of B.B. King, $24.99. Crazy Horse at Crooked Lake. Crazy Horse is $29.99. The Steve Winwood, The Traffic, that is Welcome to the Canteen, is $19.99, Kelly. Next is Shane Devers on Johnny Cash. Toby Grimm was second, and Kenny Cates Jr. was third. Dukes of Hazzard is on a final call for $57. It is VG Plus condition. VG Plus condition. VG Plus condition. Final call, that's at $57. Looking for a $40 start on Incubus or $45, whichever I said. I hope I said $45. If not, $40 is okay too. That is sealed. A Crow Left of the Murder. $40 start on that. Kelly said she'll take Traffic. Now, there's a lot of records left in here. We still got lots more to go through. I'm just going to do a quick recap of some of these. Crafty, earlier, did you get the link to message our page? I knew you as a first-time buyer. I just want to make sure you did send your information. And we're about to sell Dukes of Hazzard. And I'm about to bake. If I make Incubus a buy it now, it's going to be a $45 buy it now. If you want to bid, I'll take a $40 bid. The buy it now price is going to be $45 on that. Because I think I may have misspoke on that one. But because I think if this is still in print and I order it, it's like $49.99 for music on vinyl. So if it's in print, I don't know if it is. I'm just saying 2 LP for music on vinyl, it's going to be $46 if it's in print. But I don't know if it is. But if it's not, I think y'all know how these music on vinyl titles go. Some of them can get really expensive. Some of them are originally $38.99. A year later, they're $150, just like with the Outfield, and especially with like Alice in Chains. Some of those are 200 plus now. So, okay. Let's go ahead and sell Dukes of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard is sold to Shane Devers for $57. That needs to go there to Kelly. That goes in the auction pile. And the Metallica is called Metal Up Your ASS. And this is a France 2015 French orange vinyl. And of course, this is an unofficial $35 start. Metallica orange vinyl from France. That's an unofficial $35 start. $35 start on that. Andrew's at 40. Incubus. Ryan was in first at 40. Craig was second. Let's go through these one more time. We have Shiva's Headband, $24.99. Baxter Robertson, $9.99. The Maria Callas Collection, $16.99. The Section, $34.99. Jimi Hendrix, $39.99. The Fools, $9.99. Luther Vandross, $14.99. Really surprised Devo's still here. New Traditionalist Live, 1981. That's a record store day from 2012. $69.99. $69.99 on Devo. Johnny Cash, Johnny 99. $14.99. Somebody asked about Imagine. John Lennon's Imagine soundtrack. The vinyl is near mint minus. The cover is about VG or VG plus. It has a couple stains up here. It has one stain here and just a little bit of shelf wear. That is $44.99. Kenny G. We have Giant by Buddy Holly. Cool and the Gang Emergency. Janet Jackson was $39.99. Jacoby Brings the House Down. The Doors, Absolutely Live. Miles Davis, You're Under Arrest. Dean Martin. Harry Belafonte, The History of British Rock. Def Leppard. Michael Jackson Thriller. Diodato. Cat Stevens. And Cy Barkley and the Way Outsiders. Okay, let's go back up to the top here. So Incubus, we had 40 and then 40. And then Metallica, 40, 50, 40, 35, 50, 50. We had a $45 bid on Incubus from Craig. So Craig Johnson bid $45 on Incubus. Metallica, 55, 55, 65, 75. Craig signing off tonight. Thank you, Craig, for all the track listings. You're getting off early tonight. We're going to have to read some track listings then. Rich Russo wants Kenny G. There's a claim. Jack, that's a very fair offer on John Lennon. I'm trying to keep everything sticker price right now, though. Let's see here. Rich Russo is in on Kenny G. Let me figure out where that is on Kenny G. Kenny G. Kenny G. Kenny G. Let's sell that to Rich Russo. James is out on Metallica. Metallica's at 80, now 85. I've also got Michael Bolton, The Hunger. This is $19.99. The Kinks is $24.99. Hall & Oates, Luther Vandross, John Lennon, Connie, Led Zeppelin, David Frizzell, Rock Generation, Billy Joel, Cat Stevens, Jim Morrison, Carole King, B.B. King, and Crazy Horse. Yes, the Duran Duran is definitely sold. It's sold like that. And it probably shouldn't have been in the bin. Incubus is sold to Craig Johnson for $45. Everything is sticker price. I'll probably go back through these later, but everything right now is sticker price. Jack, you can go ahead and claim them because last time that happened, somebody was waiting to make an offer on something, and when I showed it again, somebody bought it before they could make an offer. So T for the Tillerman is sold to Jack. It helps me speed up things a lot faster if we just say their sticker price and we just go through it. How much for the Doors Live? That is $39.99 for the Doors Live. $29.99 for the Doors. There's another Doors in there called American Prayer. It was $19.99. Okay, we got room for a new auction. Metallica's at 110 right now. Let's do the let's see. We'll do that one in just a second. I'm not for sure what else. Maybe everybody's waiting on for auction over here. Well, we got one unofficial up. Let's go ahead and do another one. This is Stained Break the Cycle, which has never really been in print or really reissued. Let's see here. We have, yeah, these aren't really cheap because, I mean, just like the bootleg we're selling now, it's not really in print. If OGs of this exist, it's pretty much like impossible to find. This is Stained Break the Cycle. It is an unofficial on yellow vinyl. It's an $85 start. Sounds really good. I had some of these one time and ended up keeping one. $85 start. Of course, it has a lot of their big hits like It's Been a While. Break the Cycle. $85 start. It includes a lyric insert, and that's on yellow vinyl, unofficial. Stained is an $85 start. Okay, Metallica is now at 130 with Shane. And I've got a new crate of new arrivals. New crate of new arrivals. This is Linda Ronstadt. $9.99. Don't cry now. $9.99 for Linda Ronstadt. Early Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf is $29.99. The Allman Brothers Band, Brothers and Sisters, just $26.99. Very nice copy. Allman Brothers, $26.99. Radio Birdman, Radios Appear. Excuse me. $49.99. Radio Birdman, Radios Appear, $49.99. It's got a gold stamp promo on the front. Metallica's at $130, looking for an $85 start on Stained. Jamascus and the Fog, Free So Free, $39.99. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm close. Aerosmith's Greatest Hits, $29.99. That's an original, not a 180 gram of that one, $29.99. Stray Cats, don't see that one as often. Rock Therapy, $24.99 for the Stray Cat. Zumo on JM. That is, this may be right here. Jamascus. Something. I don't see any other JM in there. So sell that to Zumo. Mick Ronson, Play Don't Worry, is $19.99. I need to know if Dennis Nelson or anybody else bidding on Metallica are still in because Shane's at 130, and if everybody's out, we're going to sell it to him. Donald Fagen and Walter Becken and Denny Diaz, soundtrack $39.99. Motion picture, you got to walk it like you talk it. Al Stewart, the classic Year of the Cat, $19.99. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. With Carter, Montana Slim, all-time favorites, $9.99. Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, you got to know when to hold them. $9.99. $10 on The Gambler. Taj Mahal, The Natural Blues. Taj Mahal is $19.99. Edward is in on 85 on Stained. Final call on both of these. $130 on Metallica and 85 on Stained. Sylvia is $9.99. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, a 2002 unofficial. It's live from 1987. $29.99. Soundtrack to Wild in the Streets, $14.99 for the Wild in the Streets soundtrack. Clay Moore wants the Stray Cats. That's this one right here. That's sold to Clay Moore. Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits, $9.99 on Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits. Blood Rock, $14.99. It's got a heck of a chunk of the cover missing like that other one did. Blood Rock, self-titled, $14.99. We had Mahalia, Blood Rock, and Elvis, His Hand in Mine, $9.99 for Elvis Presley. Country Music Hits by Country Music Stars, $14.99. RCA Camden compilation, $14.99. All right, Metallica is sold to Shane Devers. Never did see too many people say out on that, but the bids just stopped. So that is sold to Shane for $130, and Stained is sold for $85 to Edward Star Wars, $85. Now, if you just missed out on that one, I have one more opportunity. I'll also sell it for $85. I have one more. This came from the same place. It's on blue vinyl. Same thing, Stained, Break the Cycle, blue vinyl unofficial. If anybody else wants one, $85, and that's like a buy it now. First come, first serve on that one. And that's the only two I have. Okay, I got sleeves for those right here, Tanner. There's a sleeve, and there's a sleeve for that one. Ian wants Elvis. That's sold to Ian, His Hand in Mine. All right, we got open slots for auctions and a lot more. I think the last Japanese record that was in the hot picture I'm doing next, and then we got a whole nother batch of Japanese stuff that you have not seen that was not in the hot picture. I've got another Willie Dixon in here, and let's do that. So let's do some Disney and Dixon. Disney and Willie Dixon. This is the best of Disney. We've graded this VG to VG+, so this is not a pristine copy. It is 2LP. VG+. Not bad, though, by these Japanese standards, as you've probably heard me say before. Plus, we're only going to start it for $25. And it does have some of the humidity discoloration on the back. Lots of those humidity spots on the back and front. And we have this gatefold here. The chat stopped on Facebook side. Maybe that's why I stopped seeing comments on bids and stuff. Because Dennis and Shane were both been on Metallica. Do we need to bring some stuff back? Because okay, yeah, I do see that now. Yeah, maybe that's why also we had 232 people watching, and then probably a lot of people got off the refresh. I am not connected to Facebook right now, so I need to go grab my other phone and do that right now. So okay, so. Yeah, let me get my phone, and then we need to really go back. What else was up for auction? Stained. Was anybody else bidding on Stained? Maybe somebody that's on Facebook. Tanner can see the Facebook chat, but I can't. Let me get my other cellular device. It's over here somewhere. I thought it was. Let's see here. Popcorn. It's over here, Seth says. On top of the Star Trek DVDs that I sold on eBay. There it is. And my keys and my phone. I'll be looking for it. When I came in earlier, there was like 2 people in the parking lot talking to me, and then everybody else when I got here. So I'm pretty much as famous. Okay. Yeah, we need to bring back some auctions. Taj Mahal, Thomas. Let me try to reset my phone too. Metallica went. Yeah, but I think some other people were bidding, so we got to bring some of those back because I've completely lost my chat. Let me try to reset here. Restream is software we use to try to connect to these chats. I'm still not connected. I don't know why. Let's see what happens when I click on this. That's so weird. Just pull that back up. Yeah, I'm going to do like I did last night and look at both screens. I think this has happened before, and we never did really. We don't catch when it's happening, and then I'm like, "What happened to everybody?" Because usually Dennis will either say he's in or out. So you don't have to do test comments. If you're on Facebook, your comments are not going to show up over here, where my hand's going up and down. Your comments will not be popping up there anymore, but I can see them right here. So if you're on YouTube, I'm going to be looking for your comments here. If you're on Facebook, I'm actually going to be watching the live chat. So That's what happened last night. Yeah, it's when you have companies designing software to work with Facebook, that's not going to ever be good. So here's what we're going to do. So Disney's not up for bid right now. So if you hadn't been on that, we'll pass. Let's bring back up Stained, even though I think both are done. Let me just remind everybody where we're at. Stained was at $85 with Edward Star Wars, and this is the yellow vinyl. Yellow vinyl Stained, that is an unofficial. Edward, if you could go ahead and bid 85 again, just so it's on everybody's screen, and especially mine. We'll go ahead and wrap that up very quick, but Edward was at $85 on that. And then the Metallica was at 130 with who? 130 with who? Shane Devers. Shane Devers was at 150 on Metallica. Metal up your blank. So we were back to where we were. But now I can see everybody's bids. I just want to make sure if anybody was bidding. Stevie Lee, let's see here. Since I've clicked on the feed, Stevie Lee said he wants the Blood Rock. That's sold to Stevie Lee. And Ryan Anderson wants the Nick Cave. Those are both sold. Okay, so Nick Cave went to Ryan Anderson. Stevie Lee got the Blood Rock. Ryan, I've got you down for that. Now, also we had a question for Sylvia, and that is $9.99. Sylvia is called Just Sylvia. And Dennis Nelson, now if you can see or hear me, I can see you and hear me, Dennis Nelson. Let me know if you're done on that. And final call on Stained. Okay, next. So bear with me. I'm looking at two chats now. That's going to be YouTube, and this is going to be Facebook. And it's going to be really hard for me to tell who's first. Yeah, we could. Tanner says we could restart the show, but we also have a lot of people on right now. Usually that doesn't work out too well, but we may have to. If it gets hard for me to keep up with, we may have to restart the stream. That is sold to Thomas Bowman. Okay, the Kenny Rogers Singles album. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. The Singles album, which is a hits compilation. $9.99 for the Singles album. $9.99. Quincy Jones, the best of Quincy Jones, $14.99. Al Di Meola, Celio e Terra. Al Di Meola, $9.99. Tommy Steele, Everything's Coming Up Broadway. Tommy Steele is $9.99. Grant Peltzer, first on Kenny Rogers, the Singles. Steve Botsford, first on Quincy Jones. Brad, I also see you on Kenny. That is going to have to... Grant's popped up first, it looks like, on YouTube. And Steve Botsford gets Quincy Jones. Yeah, we may do this until like 10 o'clock, and then we may come back for part 2. Or Tanner says in now and start back at 10. That's a good idea, too. Let me show a few more here. Robert Ely is $19.99. Blues, what's this called? Bluebird Open. Robert Ely, that is $19.99. And the Phones, Changing Minds. The Phones is $29.99. From 1983, the Phones, Changing the Minds, $29.99. Average White Band, Volume 5, 6, 7, 8. Average White Band, Volume 8, $12.99. Good Times in Country Music, Volume 8, 24 original hits. That's sealed $14.99. Okay, I think we can definitely sell these at auctions now. Shane Devers got Metallica for $150, and Stained is sold for $85. Stained is sold for $85, and that was Edward Star Wars. So same thing as earlier. Just wanted to make sure nobody missed out on that because our chats went off. Woodstock 2 is $39.99. I got Edward's same sticky note right there. $85 on that. And the History of British Rock Volume 2, that's a white label promo, $26.99. Can we auction Fuel? I sure can. It's here in the front of the crate. I got like a... Fuel is near mint. It's going to be a $65 start. And I actually had Willie Dixon over here on standby. Let's do those two. Fuel is a $65 start, and this is called Something Like Human. On vinyl for the first time. 180 gram vinyl. Clear, black with splatter. Limited edition of 500. It is near mint and shrink wrap. $65 start on that. Let me show you what the vinyl looks like. It is clear, black, white, splatter, limited to 500, $65 start on that. That's a wild looking vinyl. 65 on that. Chris is in at 65. There's the LP. There's the cover and shrink wrap. It's also going to go ahead and do the Willie Dixon, I Am the Blues. Willie Dixon. Let me find that over here. This is a near mint. Very nice copy on Columbia. Let me show that. Let's see. I Am the Blues. Very clean. Very nice. That's going to be a we'll do a $45 start on that. Willie Dixon, I Am the Blues. $45 start on Willie Dixon, I Am the Blues. So I got 2 chats going. I'll go through a few more records, and then we'll probably take a quick break and reset the show. I've got putbacks to do. If you can come back whenever we do come back. More auctions, more putbacks. I got the rest of the flip crate I didn't get to. We'll do recaps, and then I have high-end stuff that I was going to go back through. So big part 2 whenever we stop here in a second. Knit Zinger. Knit Zinger is $19.99. Johnny Cash, The Johnny Cash Show, $14.99. Johnny Cash, The Johnny Cash Show, $14.99. Jeff Dedmon's at $70 on fuel. Looking for a $45 start on Willie Dixon. Monty Python's Contractual Obligation album, $14.99 for Monty Python. The Sound of Bluegrass is sealed, $19.99. End of Memory Lane, Charlie Monroe, Salty Dog Blues, the Morris Brothers, the Monroe Brothers, the Blue Sky Boys. Fuels at $71. Trio Music, Chick Corea, $26.99. It looks like first to, let's see, Fuel, 65, 70, 71, 75. Shane Devers was first on Johnny Cash. Kevin, you were second. And then Brian C. put N.O. That was MP for Brian C. And that was Monty Python. So Shane got Johnny Cash. Brian C. got Monty Python. Love Never Fails. Greg Ken Band. Dance version, instrumental version. Love Never Fails. $9.99. Jeff Dedmon's out on fuel. Chris has that for $76. Jumpin' Pumpkins, Duke Ellington. No, excuse me. Jumpin' Pumpkins. That's hard to say. Duke Ellington, 16 rare sides from 4041. $9.99. Duke Ellington, Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. Duke Ellington is $9.99. Ellis Island, The Poppers. Ellis Island is $29.99 for The Poppers. Julian Lennon, Stick Around, is $9.99. That is a 12-inch single. Autumn also put MP. I think that was for Monty Python. And then Steve Botsford, you're first on Duke. Let me know if you want Jumpin' or Cincinnati, or you can have both of them. America's Greatest Country Stars live and in person. Johnny Cash, $9.99. Fuel is about to be sold to Chris DeMoss for $76 and no bid on Willie Dixon. If you want to bid, it's a $45 start, or I'm about to make it a buy it now, and you could either be first or last. Duke Ellington, both are sold to Steve Botsford. Duke Ellington and Duke Ellington. Holly, you were second on Duke Ellington. Okay, and we have James Talley, Blackjack Choir is $19.99. James Talley, Blackjack Choir, $19.99. Did you do Madonna Breathless yet? I don't think I have. Let's go ahead and sell Chris DeMoss fuel for $76. And if anybody wants Willie Dixon, it's a $45 buy it now. Willie Dixon is a $45 buy it now. I Am the Blues, Willie Dixon. I have a feeling somebody might be on standby for that. So here's what we're going to do. Because our chat's messed up, it's really hard. If you're on YouTube, you have a huge advantage because I'm seeing comments pop up much quicker on this chat. So it's pretty unfair right now for those that's on Facebook. It is 9:45. If this hadn't have messed up, I probably wouldn't have stopped until 11:30. But let's do a reset. That will also help us reset. You'll want to come back for part 2. This has probably been our best sell of the week, and there is so much more. We've got putbacks, including auction putbacks. We have a high-end bin that hadn't been shown in forever, and it's going to be buy it now best offer. We got the rest of that crate that I posted a flip video of. Those are going to be auctioned, and if it gets too late, I've got them all priced on a sheet. I'm going to price them. They'll be buy it now. So 30 minutes, 10:15. Fred Carnell gets the Willie Dixon for $45. 10:15. I hope everybody comes back. It's going to be a great part 2. We'll be live from 10:15 probably till whenever we go through. We might go till midnight if we need to. So a lot of stuff. Hopefully everybody's off tomorrow. Maybe you went ahead and took Friday off for 4th of July weekend. And you don't go back to work until like what, next Wednesday? Okay, let's go. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Hopefully the chat's working and I can see everybody's comments in one feed. I'll be back in 30 minutes. We'll do a recap, auctions, lots of great stuff.